Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
And a good morning to you, beautiful sunshine, and we got some big things happening today on the Morning Woodward Show. Thank you guys so much for waking up with us. This is the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, and we appreciate you guys live streaming us this morning on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, and, of course, Facebook. Make sure you give us a like this morning. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, a subscribe, wherever you're watching, and we can get this thing rolling. My name is Stick. To my right this morning.
What up, though? It's Corey.
To my left.
Joey, hello.
And then we have Alex making sure the producer looks good. Fish, his very first full day of pay today. How are you feeling after yesterday, Fish? Getting your big check and all that.
Fine, normal, just another day. Gotta go to work and enjoy it.
I love how you don't give a shit that we gave you a check yesterday.
Fish, I just want you to know.
I mean, it's like congratulations, Fish, and then, yay, and then move on next day. So,
I gotta say, your family
that's how I
screwed
see
me
it.
up last night.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so me and you share the same first name, right? Sam.
Yes, we do.
And that's why, I was immediately we're going to call you Fish because I'm not going to have people yelling Sam around here and we're both looking. So last night, I'm looking on our Facebook page where we posted the picture of you with your check and the whole staff. And it's like, good job, Sammy, Uncle Mark from Cleveland. I'm like, I don't have an Uncle Mark in Cleveland. It literally took me 2 minutes to figure it out that he was talking about fish.
That just took me a second. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, and I almost called my sister, do we have an Uncle Mark in Cleveland, that I don't know about? So Uncle Mark says congratulations, Fish.
Thank you.
Is that what the family calls you, Sammy?
Sam, Sammy, Samuel, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me.
Some call him Samuel New Zealand.
Yep. People from my kindergarten class still call me Sammy, and it pisses my wife off when we run into a girl that I used to know back in the day, and she calls me Sammy.
That sounds that sounds affectionate.
Yes,
Sammy.
Hi, Sammy. And it's she's right here.
So, Stick, I want you to finish this introduction, and then I got to start the show off with a little gift for you.
Oh, boy. All right, Mikey TikTok's here. Adam is here, and we got to can we clap it up for Adam? He got married yesterday.
Wait.
The most Adam shit ever, just out of nowhere. Adam gets married yesterday. He's like, I gotta leave. I gotta be at my wedding at 4 o'clock.
That's literally how it went. We're in the back office, and Adam just says, "Hey, by the way, guys, I have to leave early. I'm getting married today."
Wait, what? He didn't tell you at 7:30 like he told me? He told me at 7:30.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said, hey, Fish, I'm getting married today. I'm like, oh, cool. Congratulations.
Adam, he likes to blow things up way out of proportion. So what do you got for me, Joey, so we can get into the show and talk about some basketball, Calvin Johnson, Terry Foster, and more?
I want you to close your eyes real quick because I know you love things in bags. So just open your hand, close your eyes.
I'm trying to judge Corey's reaction if I should grab this.
Now hold it up to the camera.
Fuck no. Fuck no. You did not just hand me this.
Don't look.
You did not just hand me this.
Don't look.
I already looked.
I think, yeah, you already looked.
I already looked.
You're welcome, man. Happy Thursday to
Dude,
you.
what is in this?
No, some of it's dirty stuff from my garage floor in my
If anybody doesn't know what this is, Alex, can you zoom in on this?
Start the day off on a high note.
Joey, do you have a picture to show where this came from, or are you going to just show us where this came from? This is Joey's chest hair! You know what? For that,
do not
I'm
open
dumping it on your
do
ass
not
right now.
dump it.
On your
Do not dump that.
Dump
No,
it.
because I got to clean it up after I do. Really?
Hey, all I want you to know is I can guarantee you this is the first time in your life you've ever received a bag from another man with his chest hair.
I never want a hairy sack from another man ever.
It wasn't the balls. It wasn't the balls.
I guarantee there's probably some ball hair
I
in
promise
here
you it
somewhere.
wasn't. I promise you. I just want you to know
Shit
how
outta
much just my chest hair looks like.
Did you
that-
take
That
a
gift was
video?
sponsored by Manscaped.
Did you take a video of you getting your chest hair shaved yesterday?
I didn't, but I just wanted to take a second to thank my fiance for helping me inside of my parents' garage because I can't even trim myself in my bathroom because it'll get clogged up.
Dude,
I have to do
this is
it.
so gross.
I know.
It literally looks like a beard.
I know.
Dude. All right. Well,
So that now.
show him the shaved chest, Joey.
So now I want you to realize what I deal with.
Look how hairy he is now still.
What I
Damn, they
deal
grew
with.
back overnight.
This is what I deal with Every
Fucking
time that
Wolverine.
sun is blazing
Can today
right
be
on
Friday?
It seems like a Friday, doesn't it?
me. I'm even disgusted of seeing this. Get it out of here.
All right, let's talk about some basketball that happened last night. The New York Knicks won the World Championship. Or wait, that's just what their fans thought when they were leaving Madison Square Garden last night. Like they beat the Knicks, they beat the Hawks, which they were supposed to do. And last night when the fans were leaving MSG, Alex has the video of it. Look at this scene, bro. This is one game in the first round
I love it.
over a team you're supposed to beat.
I love it. I love it. Their first playoff wins since 2013.
Yep.
Love it.
Hey, you mean to tell me that when if the Lions ever get that first playoff win, we're not going to look like that on steroids?
Lions playoff win, fine. This is a win inside of a series.
Yeah.
They haven't even won the series. Lions win a playoff game, they're moving on.
But what's crazy is, to me, is like this still shows me that the Knicks still run New York.
Oh, yeah.
Like I know Brooklyn has Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James Harden, and you don't see no reactions like that.
No, it was a good game last night, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the Hawks looked really good in the first half, and then, Thibodeau made some adjustments in the second half. I think the biggest thing, it was starting Derrick Rose that second half. It kind of calmed things down for the Knicks, and I know how we feel some type of way about Blake Griffin, but I think everybody here is rooting for Derrick Rose, too.
I mean, everybody's rooting for Derrick Rose off the simple fact that he really couldn't play for years, and people are just happy to see him on the court because he's a humble dude, he's a really good dude, and he just happy to see that he can get his career back on track.
It's okay sometimes if you're not a fit for a team. But if
Yeah.
you don't give your all, if you don't even put any efforts, if you don't even play games, that's when we have issues with it.
Yeah. Well, the Knicks won 101-92. They were trailing by a lot in the first half. I think by 13 in the first half. So they came back and won that game. Good for the Knicks. Trae Young, he had a decent game, but, obviously not the game that we thought he was going to. Turn the volume up on this video, Alex, because this is the end of the game, and listen to how loud it is in there.
The series is tied at 1 game apiece. Knicks get their first playoff victory in 8 years. And the Hawks will...
God, I missed fans.
That's all I noticed.
Right.
That's all I'm looking at is that whole stadium is packed.
Here's what's crazy. Trae Young had 30 points and 7 assists, and I still think that there were a couple of shots that he gave the ball to DeAndre Hunter, and it was the right play, but Hunter just could not cash in on the threes, and it was like, oh my God, I just couldn't believe it. But I'm glad the one thing that made me really happy to see was at the end when Trae took that YOLO 3-pointer. He was just like, all right, you guys are obviously don't got tonight. Let me just go ahead and just jack it up.
Right. So yeah, that series is tied, going to Atlanta, and to me, that's the most interesting series in the Eastern Conference. So I'm excited to watch those games. 76ers absolutely whooped ass on the Wizards last night, and really the biggest story out of this game is Russell Westbrook got popcorn thrown on him, and here's a video of that. That's
After an injury, go on his way to the locker room.
Yeah, he don't look injured. And there's the fan right there being escorted out. And there's also another view. This is the view I like to see because you can see the popcorn literally being thrown over that. And they even put like a Beats by Dre cover so you can't do that shit. And this guy snuck it through the crevice.
I mean, to hit him on the spot like that, first off, that's great. Great accuracy right there. But you can't do that.
No.
You cannot pull. It's one thing to talk smack. It's just so disrespectful. That's the only word I could use today. Disrespectful if you throw popcorn on another man.
We just got off punishment. Everything is starting to get back to normal. And this one jackass wants to just mess up the establishment for everybody. I just love how the fans that were there, they were pointing like, hey,
Right.
them.
Right. Yeah, they were not covering up for their boy. But I will say this, and we were kind of talking about it before the show. If I'm ever to get disrespected in my life, popcorn being thrown on me is probably like the best way to disrespect me.
that what
Like
we're
it's
gonna
not
do?
spit, it's not beer, it's not a shoe. all of that is disrespectful. Popcorn, no one deserves to have food thrown at them at any level, but at least it was popcorn, right?
Yeah, spit, I'm going to jail.
Yeah, and if that was a beer, whole different level too. So that fan's an absolute idiot, should never be allowed back in that arena, but doesn't really matter. 76ers whooped that ass last night. They poured popcorn all over them.
And so, they ain't going to be back in that building for the rest of the year.
Probably not. Probably not. Wow. And then the other game last night, the Jazz and the Grizz. Ja Morant did everything he could to keep the Grizz alive during this game. It's just not enough, man. Donovan Mitchell is back. He looked decent, not great, but he looked good. And that series is also tied 1-1, so another good series. And now that's going to Memphis.
I think they're going to be able to get 2 of those. And I think Memphis has the chance to shock them. Because like you said, to your point, Mitchell did not look the best. He looked good enough. He looked good enough for them to get the win, obviously. But I don't know how long they're going to be able to hold Ja. He's coming.
That confidence that kid has is going through the roof. And you know how crazy MSG was last night for the Knicks? Memphis has never really experienced any good thing happen to them in the sports world, period.
They're about to be rocking that next game.
Oh, my God. Memphis is going to be insane. Look at Ja Morant.
And that's the thing, too. When you're playing the Jazz, this team is just – they have so much in the depth chart with this team where they got players coming off of the bench, whereas with the Grizzlies, it's their main 5, and that's really all they got.
Yeah. So that's kind of a recap of the games last night. Not very exciting games, unfortunately. Outside of the Hawks-Knicks, and that was really just an exciting first half. The second half, the Knicks were kind of running that. Tonight we got Bucks-Heat. We got the Suns-Lakers. That's the game I'm excited to watch tonight because they're going to Phoenix. And they're going to L.A. now. And that's going to be a new landscape for this series, and I think L.A. kind of figured it out last game using the big man and using LeBron the way they did. Nuggets, Trailblazers tonight. That's probably the biggest question mark of the night, right?
I don't know who's going to win that game.
Right.
But I think the Joker, I'm still riding with the Joker to win the series. I'm thinking 6 games, but tonight, I don't know. Is Dame going to come out and do his thing? Is CJ McCollum going to freaking step up? I don't know.
Yeah, where has he been at all? But, yeah, Dame's going to come out tonight and absolutely ball out. So that's your look at the NBA from last night and tonight. And we want to make sure that you're saving money with David Hall Financial. And the easiest way to do it is call them up or go to davidhallmortgage.com right now and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you, and we could save you some money on that interest rate. If you're paying over 3%, you're paying too much. Let them get that down for you. David Hall, lower payments, better options, more personal attention.
Hey guys, I'm D-Mac.
Hey guys, I'm Pilar.
That was a little slow.
Right.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I wasn't ready. I was doing this.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
Hey, I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. You're lit. Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. We suck.
You suck.
Catch us Monday to Friday, 3 to 5.
Every day right here on The Hook.
On Woodward Sports Network.
The Lions just can't miss lately. And I mean that by coaching hires. I mean that by personnel decisions. I mean that by drafting the right people. The vibe of the city, everything that the Lions have done has been really good and forward momentum over the past, 6 to 8 months?
Yeah.
And they just did another thing that makes it even better. Can we clap it up for the Lions? They're taking care of business. They are taking care of the money that they owe Calvin Johnson. And they're getting Calvin Johnson that $1 million and bringing him back into the mix of the team. And everything feels right with the world.
About time.
Right.
It's about time. I was looking at people in some of these Facebook Detroit Lions fans groups saying, oh, maybe Calvin will stop being a diva now that he got his money back. And I'm like, first off, that's the reason why so many people love Calvin, and it's probably why he honestly got in as a first ballot Hall of Famer, because he's not a diva. He was the opposite of what T.O. was when you're talking about football players. And also, it was $1 million. The Indianapolis Colts let Andrew Luck keep $25 million. And I think it's fair to say that Calvin did a lot for the Lions organization. He went in as a Hall of Famer. He deserved to keep at least $1 million. By the time I finished this sentence, the Forrest family made that right back. So they're not missing it.
And that's the thing. I mean, you look at Calvin Johnson, for this to happen after he gets that Hall of Fame award. That's what I'm a little bit bothered by, because it kind of took that, because Calvin Johnson was all the talk these last couple months, and then there was a lot of pressure onto the family to do this. So I really want to know the true reason as to why they decided to do that now finally.
I'll tell you why. Sheila Ford-Ham. That's
Honestly.
why. She's the one who had to make the decision, and she's the one that's come in and, like, she could have redeemed the Ford name in this city when it comes to the Lions. Obviously, they've done well in the automotive industry, but I'm talking about strictly the Lions. Like, I don't know how much pressure she has on her from the family, or if she's putting that pressure on herself, but everything she's putting forward right now hopefully erases 60 years of us not knowing what the hell is going on with this team.
I will say this. I don't know what's in her heart, so I don't know whether giving Calvin his money back to bring it back into the fold was something that they intended on doing all along. But with Calvin going to the Hall of Fame, you had to repair that relationship before his induction ceremony. You just got to. You do not want one of your greatest players, you can take your second greatest Lion to go into the Hall of Fame and the relationship between him and the franchise is fractured. So I believe that is, whether they were going to give him his money back before then or not, I don't know. But I think him going to the Hall of Fame, that put more pressure on him to get it done.
Yeah, well, they should have pressure on him, man. It's the right thing to do. You can't keep letting, like, the best players of your generation walk away and then have nothing to do with the organization. Like, listen, I am not the biggest Barry Sanders fan, and, like, I know that may shock people because I'm such a Lions fan, but the way he left this team and the position he left this team in, I don't appreciate it to this day. And maybe I'm holding on to a grudge because the Lions have forgiven him. A lot of people have forgiven him. I haven't forgiven him for sending a fax during training camp. Like, to me, I didn't like that. But at the same time, you got to understand that the Lions only have two players they could ever hang their hat on as great. It's Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. Outside of that, nobody gets on the wall. Nobody gets there. Maybe Bobby Lane from the 50s, okay? But outside of that, nobody is good enough or has taken us to the point where they deserve that type of respect. So you got to take care of those two. I don't care if you don't take care of anybody else for the rest of time. You got to take care of those two. And $1 million, like you said.
That's the best part.
$1 million? What are we talking here?
$1 million? I just keep laughing. It's $1 million.
Right, they make that in parking at one of their lots, like during a game. Just pay Calvin the parking tab for one game, and now all of a sudden we're good. So really happy that they decided to make this decision and make things right with Calvin Johnson. And I think maybe him going into the Hall of Fame did put the pressure on them, because you don't want him wearing your bus or and the helmet and all of that and not knowing that, oh, this guy still hates the Lions.
Just can't have it happen. Also, too, he said this over the past few years. I would love to work back with the organization. I still love the organization. I still have friends and relationships in there. Just give me my money back.
Right. Yeah. It's just $1 million. Like, I'm Calvin Johnson. And that's the thing. Like, to Calvin, it's $1 million, too. That ain't shit to Calvin Johnson.
It's principle.
Right. It's all about principle. It could have been they just like, all right, Calvin, we'll settle this for $1, acknowledging that we fucked you over. Here's $1, and I'm sure he would have probably taken that settlement. But either way, they made up for it. It's a good thing. The Lions are moving forward, and I absolutely love it.
And honestly, it is good timing. You look at it right now, I mean, all of the hype and the feel-goods around the Lions, and this is that last story that kind of just puts the cherry on top, because it was the right thing to do. Even though it was a little bit late, I'm still happy that she stepped up and she made this happen, because this is a great representation of the Ford family.
She's turning the culture around the whole organization. Everything now feels positive. Everything feels right. They have a new energy with the coaching staff, new energy with the players drafted. All of the former players who had beef with the organization, they're back around. Oh, crap. The Lions are running now like a football franchise. What do you know? Love it.
Jim, is that a true story? The week Barry sent his fax, we saw him at Clutch Cargo, and my drunk friend called him Munson for retiring early. Tell me that's a true story. Please, Jim, confirm that that's a true story. And shout out to Clutch Cargo and everybody who used to party at that old church back in the day.
That was a weird place.
Dude, it's super weird. Now it's back to being a church. You know that?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
They went from church to club to church?
Yeah.
Hey, anybody can get saved.
That's right.
Even buildings.
But they had to go through that place and, like, Purell the shit out of everything. Like,
Purell don't even do it. That kills 99.9% of the germs.
That's why you get holy water in the tank and you just
yeah, even that, I don't know if it cures some of the sinning that was going on in that building. Holy shit. Like, if you ever partied at Clutch Cargo back in the day, you know exactly what we're talking about. And I was fortunate enough to host it a couple times. And those back stairwells, I'm talking a little something about those back stairwells. Nobody went in them, except everybody. And that's what happened. And I saw a comment, too. What about Jason Hansen? Jason Hansen, okay. By default, I guess. It's
by default, because I mean he was the most reliable weapon, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen,
I feel like such an asshole that a kicker is one of our best players of all time.
Who's the most points scoring?
I know. It's Jason. Listen, I know, but that also means our team sucked. That we weren't getting in the end zone because those field goals should have been extra points.
Hey.
I mean, we know it. We just don't have to admit that.
Yeah. Man, I'm over here reminiscing about Clutch Cargo in the back of my head right now. Like, I don't even want to throw out names and stuff like that, but there's so many people in this city that I know about. Like, Jay Towers from Fox 2 used to host Clutch Cargos for 93.1 DRQ back in the day. Jay Towers, getting freaky at Clutch Cargos, my man.
I mean, listen, at some point in life, everyone was once a younger man or a younger woman, and they were partying.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, Jay's always been a super respectable guy, but it's just funny to think about Jay, the way you know him now, hosting Clutch Cargo back in the day.
Man, it just seemed like every time I went there, it was like a constant rave.
Yeah.
Just rave, and all I know was just lights.
Yeah, that was Clutch Cargo, and then Amir sold it, and now it's back to being a church. And Amir owns electricity now, so if you want a little history of Pontiac clubbing, let me know. I lived it. So
where was Clutch? Was it right there on the?
Not on the Strip. No, it's
Pike Street. Is it called?
No, it's literally off M59 or Huron Street. It's about maybe like 2 blocks north of Pike Street, right there. So yeah,
that was just after me.
Yeah, it wasn't like it used to be the run of you got Crowfoot, you got electricity now. There used to be Tiki Bob's there. You got Tonic there.
Oh yeah, Tonic
you had
on the corner.
7. You had JD's Key Club.
Then Erebus right there in the back.
Erebus in the back, and I don't know if this story is true, but I heard that the people who bought Erebus bought that building for $1.
Wow.
Because nobody was going into Pontiac, nobody was, doing anything, and it was just a big empty building, and they parlayed that and turned it into the best haunted house in the country, really.
I wonder if they made that $1 back.
I don't know. Maybe. Just like Calvin Johnson, So, yeah. Obviously, the Lions doing that with Calvin Johnson. Big news around here. We'll be seeing him at Ford Field this year, I'm assuming. And when they do those, we're honoring the 50 greatest athletes in Lions history, and they can only walk out 10. But Calvin's going to be one of those 10.
Yeah, finally. Because remember last time I went there and they honored him, all you seen was his name on the screen, and they had a couple other Lions there. But yeah, finally, he's back.
And he's selling weed now too. So
yeah, he has a
his product actually today with Rob Sims. I saw something out there that he had a product launching today.
Yeah, they have a meet and greet later on today in River Rouge.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, we got to hit up Mo Unique. Mo Unique can hook that up in River Rouge, can't he?
Yep.
I mean, he runs Romulus. He can hook us up in River Rouge,
He's
right?
got the plug out there, too.
Yeah, so Calvin Johnson, welcome back to the Lions. I hate that we even had to have this conversation, but it happened. You're back. They gave you your $1 million, and thank you very much. And another thing that I'm looking forward to is our camping trip, Joey. That's creeping in on. That's less than 2 weeks away now.
Is it really?
We're right at 2 weeks away, yeah.
Wow. You ready, Corey?
Are you riding up with us, Corey, or are you going to meet us up there?
No, he's riding with us. There's no option.
Oh, all right. Never mind then. All right, Joey, is Corey riding with
you going to make the dude drive 4 hours to meet us up there?
It's Corey. I don't know what the hell he wants to do.
Nah, he done got that option. We're rolling up there in a beautiful Airstream. We're going to take an RV with us, headed up to Petoskey, Michigan, at their beautiful Sun RV resort there. And what's crazy about it, like, these properties, they have over 160 nationwide across the U.S. and even across Canada. They're more than just a camping RV site because they got lazy rivers, they got bowling, they got activities, putt-putt, mini golf, all that fun stuff, and pools. So this is going to be a great experience, and I can't share it with you guys. And we're going to be documenting the entire thing, so you'll see it. But book your trip right now, sunrvresorts.com.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
All right, you guys ready for some trivia?
Yes.
I know you like your trivia.
I love trivia.
Who is the NFL all-time scoring leader?
Oh, that's easy.
Who?
Adam Vinatieri.
Adam Vinatieri, 4-time Super Bowl champ, announced on the Pat McAfee show that he is retiring after 24 seasons in the NFL. And this guy was always my kicker, especially in Madden. Especially this game right here. Missed 4 of the last 5.
Oh, this
The Tuck Rule game.
This clip is a curse word in my uncle's house.
Just beautiful.
My uncle just cut the show off.
Sorry, Unc.
What's your uncle's name?
Uncle Chester. If he's watching, he probably just cut the show off. I told you he's a diehard Raiders fan, and he's hated Tom Brady ever since that.
Yeah, that Tuck Rule game was tough if you're a Raiders fan. I'd still be bitter if I was a Lions fan. I mean, we're bitching about that penalty in Dallas still. So, Tuck Rule, even worse.
And Lions OTAs continue today, where Corey will be leaving the show in a little bit, Corey.
Yeah, in about 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Corey's going to be taking off at 9 a.m. when Terry Foster comes on because Corey has his – is this your first assignment at OTAs?
Yeah, done games, done press conferences at Allen Park, but first OTAs. So
it's gonna be interesting to see it with all the COVID restrictions. Somewhat.
Yeah, I know they're gonna have a unique setup for us. So I'm gonna head out there early just to make sure I'm in the area, see what that setup looks like, and just not get there late.
Yeah, once you get down there, though, can you maybe call into us and give us a look around the facilities?
Sure.
And then if you get Dan Campbell, like get him on the show real quick.
Oh, that
real easy.
Piece of cake.
And the Lions have released their new numbers for the season. You know, there's been a lot of talks about these NFL numbers changing up. So here's a little glance at some of them.
Yeah. Anything that really strikes your guys is I like Tyrell Williams wearing 6 is kind of cool.
Yep.
Man, Nick Leach said the best one. We got TB12.
Oh, jeez.
That's a good one.
Dunbar's got 1. Mike Ford's got 2. Jamie Collins switching to 8, which is interesting, too.
Only other one that I mean, it's not really a big deal, but Levi, he wore number 95 in college, and he's going to 75. So,
but this is what Tom Brady was bitching about how it's going to be hard for him as a quarterback to key on linebackers and stuff like that because, you know, like you just saw, we got a linebacker now wearing, or Flowers was down lineman, now he's wearing 8. Or Collins, now he's wearing 8, and it's going to be hard to identify because usually you're used to pointing at the 50s, knowing those are linebackers, and you can isolate, you know, the middle linebacker. That's Mike right there. That's Mike right there. That's literally Mike right there. And then you go off that with your blocking scheme. But now it's going to be tough. Like, who the hell is number 8? Is that a cornerback playing linebacker? What is going on?
Another thing is, at the New England Patriots practice, Mac Jones is wearing 50. Just imagine if a quarterback is in the game wearing 50.
Ugh.
That's all you can say. Ugh. 50?
Like, other players look sweet wearing single digits like quarterbacks. I can't see a quarterback out there rocking a 65 or a 50.
Honestly, there's not even...
That'd be great for scheme and tricking the hell out of people.
Right. Number 65 reporting as eligible. Of course, I'm the quarterback. Like, what the hell?
Okuda at number 23 as well. I wanted to see Okuda back in his Ohio State jersey, number 1.
Yeah.
That would have been a sweet look.
Yeah, number 1 is always a sweet-looking jersey.
No matter what position.
Yep.
What is not sweet, though, fans throwing popcorn on players. Russell Westbrook on his way to the locker room, a 76ers fan pouring popcorn on him, and I honestly thought that Malice at the Palace was about to break out here.
Come out and boo, yell all you want. We encourage that. This is just plain stupidity. Somebody pouring some popcorn, and any athlete, being Westbrook or whomever, they are pumped with their adrenaline. He's probably feeling bad. His team may be en route here to losing this game too. Just a
They're pointing him out. That's my favorite.
There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house.
Here's what Russ had to say, his thoughts after the game.
I don't know, bro. Unfortunately, I was leaving out, and then I just felt popcorn on top of my head, And to be blatantly honest, man, this is getting out of hand, especially for me. Just the amount of disrespect, the amount of just fans just doing whatever they want to do. It's out of pocket, man. It's out of pocket. Seriously, like any other setting, I'm all for the fans enjoying the game and having fun, and it's part of sports. I get it, but there's certain things that cross the line, and any other setting, I know for a fact that fans and they wouldn't come up, and a guy wouldn't come on the street and pour popcorn on my head because he know what happened.
The thing I love about that is, like, man, these fans are getting out of hand. It's the first game back. Like, you've only had to do with fans. You haven't had to deal with them in a year.
In 2 years,
what do you mean
maybe.
They're getting out of hand? That was like, that one fan's an idiot, but I don't get that comment that they're getting out of hands. This has been growing. It's like, wait, no, there hasn't even been fans in the stands for 100 years.
Unless he's just trying to do a carryover effect from what took place before the pandemic, because I know Russ he's had some interesting interactions more than any other player. Like, it's been a consistent thing with him. So,
like that little old fat guy in Philly that was giving him the double birds like that.
I mean, and again, where is this at?
Philly.
So it's
Philly boos Santa Claus, man. They're like, you think they're not gonna boo Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, I mean, but he must be public enemy number one there for something.
Was it Denver that he had the other problem in with the supposed racial slur, or the guy told him to get on his knees and stuff like that?
It was either Denver or Utah.
I think it was that region. So yeah, that region of
Do what you
waspy
gotta
ass
do.
people.
Do what you got to do, but how the heck are you going to waste popcorn? That's the thing that pissed me off the most.
I mean, if it was that Ford Field popcorn, I would have wasted it. That's the one bad thing I got to say about them. That popcorn is ultra salty.
Dude, did you ever eat the food at the Silverdome? That was the worst stadium food ever because it was all big boy food. And but it wasn't like good big boy food. Like their nachos at the Silverdome were probably the worst nachos I've ever had.
How do you have bad nachos?
I don't know, man, but
it exists.
Those Silverdome nachos were awful. Awful, awful, awful. Almost as awful as the trough.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I was at Big Boy recently.
Yeah, Big
Boy
dope.
made a recovery.
Listen, I like Big Boy as a restaurant, but when they were doing their catering to Silverdome, it was just bad food. I've never had bad nachos in my life, and I'm like, ugh. Their pizza too was bad.
Hey, speaking of pizza, actually, you guys ever eat pizza at Little Caesars Arena? Like, that Little Caesars pizza is next level compared to the regular Little Caesars.
Hell yeah.
Like, honestly, I think they don't even use Little Caesars.
But it was like that at Joe Louis Arena, too.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh, you're paying $25 for the $5 hot and ready. That's why it better taste good.
And I love hot and readies too. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, but that little LCA pizza is night and day different than actually going to Little Caesars.
Rudy Gobert blocking the shit out of Ja Morant. That's all I got to say. He tried posterizing his ass. Rejected.
Unbelievable block here by Rudy Gobert. I mean, that is meeting someone absolutely at the summit. Beautiful block here by Gobert.
How the fuck does Ja Morant not fall down, though?
You know what? I was looking at his. I was looking like, oh shit, he's about to fuck his ankle up.
How?
Can
you play that one more time, Alex?
You see the bounce. He bounced off his ankles on that a little bit.
I get it, but
block here.
Second angle, you'll see the ankles.
I mean, that is meeting someone absolutely.
Look at the little bounce. Whoop.
Whoop. But still, he kept his balance, man. Like, even getting blocked, Ja Morant is impressive. I don't understand how amazingly athletic that guy is.
Yeah, went off 47 points, still took the loss to the Jazz by 12, but hell of a game for him.
He's coming. He's coming.
Yeah. No, he's next. Him and Luka would be cool to have as the next face of the NBA.
Oh, I just hope they have some battles.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Knicks rookie Obi Toppin, his mom teared up at Madison Square Garden as they chanted her son's name.
23-year-old rookie Obi Toppin, a big part of this Knicks turnaround.
Look at mama in the stands.
From Alec Burks. Toppin throws it down. 8 points, couple of rebounds, a big block shot. His mom getting emotional hearing the Garden crowd chanting Obi.
If my kid made
what a beautiful sight.
$10 million, you better believe I'm crying too seeing him play basketball. Let's be real.
We made it, baby. We made it, baby. And we could have had Obi Toppin here in Detroit. He was picked right after Killian Hayes, and Toppin was one of the guys we were talking about.
Yep.
That I think you really liked Toppin coming out, didn't you?
I liked him. I just didn't think that Detroit should have took him. I was still of the mindset of Detroit drafting a point guard, whether that was Hayes or Halliburton.
And this may come off as insensitive, but whenever I see athletes and then I see their parents, and like the Olympics are always a prime example of this, when people are like, "Oh, I'm this way because of genetics." It's like, no, man. Like, don't give me that shit. Like, I've seen athletes like winning gold medals while their parents sitting in the stands looking like Peter Griffin. Like, there's no way like genetics carry. It's work ethic, it's talent, it's effort, it's hard. Like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some that obviously it gives them a little push.
Yeah,
but
for
when
sure.
you're being raised by an athlete that's pushing you to be an athlete, that's different.
Yeah.
But when you see Peter Griffin raising a child, and then all of a sudden this kid's body becomes the next level. Like,
Right.
these athletes' bodies, I mean, just being here, seeing all the athletes that come through Woodward Sports.
Yeah, they're different.
They're built different.
Except D-Mac. D-Mac's built like us. He's just a great athlete.
Like, you were in here yesterday when Joik did the famous chip challenge. And
Yes.
the dude drank a gallon of milk, and you're like, he better chill out. You can't drink that much milk. His body's just different at this point.
Yeah, and if you guys missed it yesterday, Joik, much respect to you, sir. You lived up to it. You did something that I will never do, and same thing for you, Corey. Respect. Joik did the one-chip challenge. He tried to play it off like a badass, but it was literally like a movie where you saw water just dripping down his face like instantly.
He told me that's how he is. So he could get the regular mild sauce when he's at Taco Bell, and that's how he
Bullshit.
No,
That's what he's saying.
he stopped talking.
Yes.
he didn't say a word for like about 15, 20 minutes.
Fish, I know that was the highlight of your day yesterday. How did you feel about Joik completing that challenge?
I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
I am. I'm proud of him. And we still have one corner. I don't know. There it is. I don't know if any of you guys can see that, but we have one corner of the chip. So if we have any takers who want to take it on, we have one corner. There it is on the bottom.
I mean, since you bringing this up,
left for you to see it.
Go ahead, Fish. Take a bite.
I want to
So-
see Fish do it. Oh, that'd be good.
We'll
we
bring
can't
it
put
up.
you through it.
We'll bring it up to Terry Foster, see if he wants to. He probably won't. But
Fish has
I'll
been
just show
so
him Terry
focused on this chip challenge. Like today, he was like, I don't know if today's going to be able to top yesterday. And I'm thinking it's because we offered him a job. We gave him a little signing bonus. He's like, Joik doing that chip challenge was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I waited for that day ever since Corey put in the group chat on Saturday. I was like, ooh, this week is going to be the week Joik's going to try the chip challenge. Because, if you talk a bunch of crap, you got to man up, and I applaud him for that. He
Fish,
manned up.
I just want you to know that yesterday when we did the big announcement for you to welcome you on full time, Stick Adam and myself had a bet on the over-under of how many words you would have to say, and it was set at 2.
I said a lot more words than you guys.
Yeah, but it was your initial response.
I don't know what that means, initial response.
Like, you're like immediately what you said, not
Fish.
like over the course of 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So you were just like, thank you.
Yeah. That's me.
That is you. That is you.
And on to the MLB, my favorite play in sports. Joe Ross making the incredible behind-the-back grab versus the Reds. Pure athlete when you see this.
First pitch. Oh, my goodness, Joe Ross. Look what
Look
you
how
found.
smooth.
Little backhand for the first down here in the 4th inning on Tyler Stevenson.
Oh, you're a badass for that.
And he looked
How?
away, too.
Like, that is just straight talent. And that is my favorite play, but this is probably one of the best moments in sports ever, especially now because I miss fans being in stadiums so much that I also miss naked streakers out on the field. Nationals game. Runs towards the tarp out there.
Oh, it's a rain delay?
Slip and slide.
Yeah!
Wow.
Can you imagine doing a slip and slide naked? That water's got to feel exhilarating running up your crack.
So there was that little tunnel in there in the tube. He actually ran into the tube. So security were trying to pull him out of this tube butt-ass naked.
And poor security. Like, they're just there trying to do their job, and next thing you know, you got to tackle a wet, naked man on the field. Like, this is not the day I predicted.
And the best part, too, is this video went viral from a woman who is the senior White House correspondent.
Awesome.
And after stadiums were closed for nearly a year and a half, it is nice to see Dodgers and Astros fans back to getting along. Look at the security right here.
Jesus.
Look at the security.
Oh.
Doesn't give a shit.
I bet her son's an elite athlete. Dude, that guy in the Dodgers jersey was beating the hell out of that guy. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Like, usually when you see these fights, it's just a bunch of throwing arms around. Because play that again. That guy was teeing off on. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus.
That was assault.
that
wasn't a fight. That was assault.
Yeah, that was an
assault.
ass whooping.
Hey, I just want to know what he did to deserve that.
I don't know.
If you spill popcorn on any of us, that's what it's going to look like. That's what it's going to look like. And some golf and local Detroit news. Phil Mickelson coming to Detroit. The 6-time major champion committed to playing in the Rocket Mortgage Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Some big local news right there.
Lefty's going to be at the Detroit Golf Club?
Oh, my God.
Huge.
That's huge for them.
I'm excited as heck for that.
And we're going to be down there broadcasting, too, so we can get Lefty on. Let's go, Lefty!
Media Day's even coming up soon.
Yep.
It's going to be fun. This is taking place the weekend of July 4th, so it's going to be a crazy weekend in the D, because you know what that is, too. A couple days after all restrictions lifted. Couldn't be better timing. And it's good timing for you to head down to Bridge Street Exchange. You see it right there at the bottom. This place is my favorite. Downtown Fenton, and if you like shopping at the malls, I'm not one of those mall shoppers, so I like to go there in Fenton, but they're also going to be there opening up a little pop-up shop. Beautiful store inside a Somerset collection. I'm excited for Kevin and the entire team, and if you're looking to update your summer wardrobe, I am definitely overdue on this because it's starting to get so hot out here. So thankful for that. Take advantage of 15% off your entire order. If you go in there and shop, tell them Woodward Sports sent you, or just go on BridgeStreetExchange.com. Code word WSN will give you 15% off your entire order.
Ever since Corey's been wearing this LeBron James jersey around the network, it's been falling down a lot. And you know, really, that's it. Dan Campbell is going to be the man for the Lions. Don't you agree, Corey? I didn't even touch you. Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live streaming to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Thank you guys for waking up with us this morning, being part of the conversation. I love reading some of the comments, and, you know, we like to have fun in the morning, and thank you guys for checking us out. If you're checking us out for the first time, we also have an app that's available for download in Apple or Google Play stores, so you can take us with you anywhere that you go.
That tweet we got yesterday, by the way, was so awesome.
Oh,
about just refreshing to have a different voice here in Detroit. And that's what we're here for, you know, just to kind of give you that younger perspective and something a little bit different for the city to enjoy.
Yeah, and we're all from this city, so that, to me, that's the biggest thing that's cool and separates our network from anywhere else. Is this is a Detroit network. Like, we didn't try to pull people from New York. We didn't try to pull people from the west side of the state. Like, it's everything Detroit here, and so thank you guys for checking us out. Joey, you mentioned Phil Mickelson right before the break. Him, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Bryson DeChambeau are playing in the match, and this happened last year. I thought it was a really cool concept. It's a alternating shot match, and there's the lineup right there. Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady are taking on Aaron Rodgers and Bryson DeChambeau, and the trash talking has already started. Did you see the meme that Tom Brady put up about Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
Look at this.
Multiple.
Because that's Bryson DeChambeau in the back. That's Brooks Koepka in the front. And if you missed that viral moment of Bruce being annoyed by Bryson, this is what happened. And then, you know, Tom Brady took it upon himself to do this. The Packers kicking a field goal, down 7, and Aaron Rodgers. Like, dude, there's one thing poking with your boys, but you know damn well Aaron Rodgers, like, that hurt.
Especially now, Aaron Rodgers in his current situation with the Packers.
Aaron Rodgers is over in Hawaii with his friends, living up a good time, and he opens up his phone and he sees that.
I love it.
I think it's not even I think. Ever since Tom Brady has left the Patriots, he has shown his true assholeness, and I love it.
Dude, partying on the boat.
He's shown his personality. Like, we're getting to see the real Tom Brady. I love it.
Do you think that was because of Belichick and he just like that's the leader that the Patriots needed, was a very strict, very orderly, I'm on my diet all the time, I'm a workout guy all the time, and like if you want the Patriot way, you got to follow Tom Brady. Do you think that's changed because Bruce Arians like a flowered shirt guy, like, you know?
I mean, you got to realize it's kind of like when you're working with your dad, you know, like ever since he's been with Bill Belichick, you kind of look at him as that father figure throughout his entire career, but then he leaves and he's the man at that next level that all of a sudden he starts to run it, kind of like a LeBron James, how there's really no coach over LeBron James. He has that respect.
I think Tom is just, I think with the Patriots, they run a tight ship. They have like an identity, and they want to kind of stick to that. Now that Tom is out there in Florida, I mean, we're in Florida. We're in Tampa. Live it up.
Right.
I'm about to just have fun. And Bruce Arians, he's down there. He doesn't even look like he's that much of a too strict guy, too. So
hell no.
Everybody's able to just relax. Like, that's how you're able to have a Tom Brady, an Antonio Brown, a Gronk. Everybody's allowing their personalities to flow when it's fun.
So how long do you think Belichick's got before the strict Marshall shtick wears off? Because
this season,
if you're not winning, like, it's okay to be hard on people if you're winning.
Yeah.
If you're leading them to the promised land, people will step in line and be like, all right, this is what I need to do. But if you're doing that and you're still not getting results, people are going to bail on that whole philosophy. Like, listen, I don't need to be treated like shit and lose.
Yeah.
Like,
it'll be this season because last season they went 7-9, and it's like, okay, first year away from Tom Brady, they go 7-9. All right, let's see. They do another dud this year, then it's going to be like, all right, Bill, this ain't working. We saw last year it was TB12. Now we really know that we got to change the system too, change the environment. So I believe this season is his last season of that probably working, or even if it starts to kind of go on deaf ears towards the middle of the season, I can see him changing up.
Did you see this tweet from Tom Brady, too? Not only did he tweet out that meme trolling him, he said, 2 old guys against the young bucks. And then he tagged Phil Mickelson. Then he tagged DeChambeau, better get used to laying up because we know Aaron Rodgers isn't going for it.
And that's the thing is Brady's one person you can't come back at.
Yeah, what do you say to Brady?
What do you say?
What do you say to Brady, man? Dude, he is trolling the hell out of Aaron Rodgers.
This bold.
I love it. I love it.
Didn't he do that to Peyton last year?
Oh, I'm sure he did. Tom Brady is a troll. And someone was like, I wonder who's running his social media account. It's Tom Brady.
It's Tom Brady.
He's sitting back and he's looking over at Giselle like, oh, man, I got a smoking hot wife. Let's troll Aaron Rodgers right now. He's in a mess.
He's still over there in A-Rod's old place or whatever that was?
No, it was Jeter's.
It was Jeter's.
It was Jeter's.
And
They sold it.
they're selling it.
They sold
thing,
it.
Man, that thing was badass.
Yeah, he was just renting Jeter's house from him.
That's even just doper. Hey,
Right.
I'm renting Jeter's crib.
Like, to me, that's a life accomplishment. Like, for me, hey, yeah, man, I was renting Derek Jeter's crib. Like, that would be a great story I tell all my friends. To Tom Brady, it's just the house he lives in. No
That's
big deal.
the thing. What I love about this is when you're at that Tom Brady goatness level, like, you can do things like this.
Yep.
You can. You've earned every single right to be able to do this. You can troll whoever the heck you want to troll because you're just the man.
What's crazy is the match is going to be July 6th, and like you said, the Rocket Classic is July 4th weekend.
Ooh.
So Mickelson's going to go straight from this to play with Tom Brady. So
What a effing weekend.
Yeah, dude, what a life. Screw the weekend. What a life. What's up, Fish?
Do you know where the match is in?
Where it's at?
Yes.
I believe it's in Big Sky, Montana.
Correct.
Montana.
Yeah.
The hell's out in Montana?
Big Sky. Lots of
There you go.
sky.
Lots of
Well,
sky.
Montana's one of the states that you forget is a state.
Well, they're probably doing that because they don't normally do the normal PGA Tour golf fans. They normally have like VIP people, like
Right.
200 people.
Yes.
So they play them in these remote cities to where, if you are a big golf fan, you can't find the damn thing.
Right. Yeah, you got to have money to be where these people are.
Well, no, yes, but they put them in these remote cities so that if you're a stick and you want to try to sneak in, you can't find the damn thing.
I'll sneak in.
Because it's like somewhere you got to drive.
The one event that I
8
wanted to
hours
sneak
just
into
to
before COVID
walk
hit,
there.
and I was really looking forward to, was the Field of Dreams that they were going to have in Iowa. Like, they were only going to let 10,000 fans in, and I believe it was going to be the Yankees versus the
White Sox, I believe.
I was going to say Black Sox, but yeah, the White Sox,
okay.
because, the movie. But, yeah, I really, if I can find a way to get to that game, it would make my life. Like, I'm going to try to find a way to make the game. And I'm glad they postponed it, because there was no way I was going to it earlier. Now I think maybe we can find an in.
Are they doing it this year?
I don't know. I hope they do. Okay. I hope they revisit that idea because, honestly, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. I cry every time I watch it. If you have a father and you ever played catch and he says, "Dad, you want to have a catch at the end?" and it doesn't destroy you, you have no feelings. That's all I know.
You are not human.
You are not human. Got to give a shout out to our people at Levels. Go to enjoylevels.com. We're helping them plan their grand opening in Centerline, which I believe we have an official date that I could announce coming up. And we're getting all big things together for them. Food trucks are going to be out there, big giveaways, some local celebrities, and I'm not referring to us because we are not local celebrities.
Like legit celebs.
Like the big dogs, and I'm talking music guys. So, yeah, big grand opening for Levels coming soon, and make sure you follow them at Enjoy Levels on Instagram right now.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right, and you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. Ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys. Good morning to you. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show. Thank you guys for waking up with us today on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Make sure you're following us everywhere at Woodward Sports. I think we're like 10 followers away from 5,000 on Twitter, so let's get that done today. If you got a Twitter, make sure you're following us. Adam.
What's up?
How you feeling, man?
Oh, I'm feeling good.
Newly married Adam. Congratulations again to Adam. Now, you did the paperwork last night, right?
You didn't invite us to your own wedding, you
Last
dick.
night we made it like super official, and next Sunday will be the party.
Next Sunday?
Yep.
All right, cool. So next Sunday, Joey, you got to be back.
Yep.
Because Joey won't be here tomorrow. Joey's going on vacation.
I'm bouncing out.
Yeah, you got a 4-day weekend.
Yeah, I'm
right?
going to celebrate Adam's wedding.
Isn't the whole point of the wedding ceremony where you get married?
No, so
like what's the point of the ceremony now?
It's a little different because technically you could do it that way, but it's like a headache on a very stressful day already because you're getting married. There's like a lot of things going on. The last thing you want to do is some dude walk up, ask you a few questions, and sign paperwork on your wedding day. So we just did it the week prior to make it easier.
Yeah, the marriage is like you can have a whole ceremony, and that doesn't even mean you're married. The marriage isn't official till you go to the courthouse and sign the document.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
we didn't go to the courthouse though. We did the religious version of it, and then we'll go to the
So
courthouse
that's the
sometime
point.
after next week.
What's the point of the ceremony if you guys are already married?
to get money from your friends.
Like you guys can just walk out now and you guys are married.
We
like,
could theoretically, but it's a party. It's a celebration, basically.
Yeah,
it's
Adam's trying to
especially
get
for
drunk.
family.
Like
Especially
my,
for family.
my wife and I got married in Jamaica, but we had to sign the paperwork here before we went to Jamaica, because otherwise it wouldn't be legal here in the States.
To me, it's like an anticlimax.
Yeah,
Like you spend all this money, but you're already married before the
But
actual.
it's the ceremony.
Yeah.
It's the celebration. That's what it is.
All right.
Listen, Fish, it's an excuse to get drunk and party, all right? Like, that's it.
Maybe one day I'll know what it feels like. My wedding ceremony would be just traveling around the world.
Fish, you don't.
So.
Your wedding
if you get
ceremony is going to be
married-
crazy.
Oh,
I'm going to
man.
officiate it. I hope you know that.
We're going to take control of your bachelor party, too.
Oh boy. Well, you already know my answer. Not having one then.
New Zealand. We're doing it in New Zealand.
Yep, we'll
New
go to
Zealand
New Zealand.
strippers.
We'll watch rugby and we'll get some
Wearing
strippers.
rugby jerseys.
There you go.
All right. Well, you guys know I'm not getting married then. We just made it official. That makes my decision easy though. Thanks, guys.
Adam, let's get into your bets. How'd you do last night, man?
Oh, man, we were so close on back-to-back parlays.
No!
4-1. The Dodgers cost us. fucking
It's
Max.
that damn fan fighting.
No, it was Max Muncy's dumbass. No, it was actually Turner. Josh Turner shows up and takes a picture in front of a Houston Astros garbage can. Totally pisses off the Astros. Troll job. And the Astros win 5-2. God.
You should have bet on the fan in the stands. That guy had
That guy
5
was
hits
kicking
last
ass,
night. Yeah.
He's got more hits than the Dodgers.
Right.
God.
Those were landed
But no,
punches,
4-1.
man.
I mean, 9-1 over the last 2 days. Feeling really good. And I am. Today's like a big bet. I'm almost a grand deep into today's bets.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, let's run through them, man. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, we'll start with the total points
Damn.
scored. Yeah. We're going hard today. We're going to take the total points scored between the Suns and the Lakers. That game originally 208.5. In game 1, I believe it was set at 211 in game 2. We're back at it at 210.5 for game 3. I mean, I love this number. I know it's been super close, and they're probably right on this line. We got very fortunate that we covered the over last time we bet this. But having said that, 210 in a playoff basketball game in today's NBA is super achievable. I like it. Actually, I don't like it. I love it. Next game, Bucks Heat. Bucks are sweeping. Take the Bucks over the next 2 games. There's no chance. Maybe a gentleman's sweep at worst. Bucks are totally overwhelming the Heat. This series is not even close. We'll take the Nuggets over the Blazers. Why? Because the Nuggets are underdogs. Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
What are we doing? It's series is tied 1-1. I know they have Lillard. McCollum doesn't look like himself right now, but no. We got to take the MVP front runner at an underdog price. It's a smart bet. And what's an even smarter bet is betting against the Detroit Tigers. We're going to take the Indians to cover -1.5 runs. You basically get it for even money. Tigers won yesterday 1-0. I don't care about Fish. He's a fanboy. I'm here to make money.
Who won that? Who won the game last night, Adam?
They won 1-0.
Wonder why they...
What's the Tigers' record, Fish?
Not very good, but
exactly.
they
That
get
means my
wins.
record of betting against them is very good.
It ain't
You
that
couldn't
bad.
just pick-
19-30.
You couldn't just pick another.
I'm 30 and 19.
You couldn't just pick
pretty damn
another
good.
game to bet on.
It's pretty damn good.
I hope the Tigers. I hope they win by 15 runs.
Well, you know what? I hope you're wrong because I have a lot of money on that game. And then the last game of the night, Shohei Ohtani's on the mound. Dual threat. I love it. I'm going to take the Angels on the money line at an underdog price. Free money, guys. Free money. This is all free money. Bet them individually. I have $100 on each of these bets. And, of course, my parlay, I'm putting $250. Could win $9,000. So if that happens, Fish is definitely going to New Zealand next week.
That's awesome. We could do our show live from New Zealand with Fish.
Seriously.
You do that with us, Fish?
Sure. I mean, we'd have to find a way to sneak into the country. So
we got that. That's easy.
Somebody asked what the over/under of LeBron James flops tonight will be.
Ooh, 10.
Let's say
I'm
we
taking
start
the
at
over.
6.5. I'll take the over.
I'll take the over. Adam, you said you wanted to talk about something today?
Yeah, me and you got to have a one-on-one, man.
Okay.
One-on-one.
Both of you guys dropping surprises on me
Joe,
today.
you're not in
loving.
this.
Listen, I need my camera, please.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
wow.
shit.
Oh, man.
Stick. We've known each other for a long time now.
Oh, God. I know where this is going.
What's about to be softball?
No.
I need you to be open with me and be
God.
able to understand where I'm coming from.
If this is about Russell Westbrook,
And I need
I'm
you to listen
smacking
to
you.
me. Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook put in a historic performance last night.
He's 4 rebounds away from a triple-double.
4 rebounds away from a triple-double. He was
Terry,
outplayed by
take
Ben
notes.
Simmons. I need you to come over to this side of the table now. Like, you can't sit there and defend him anymore. Ben Simmons, 25, 7, and 8, I believe, or 25, 8, and 9, whatever it ended up being. He missed 4 shots. Russell Westbrook had more turnovers than Ben Simmons, who can't shoot for his life, missed shots. Yeah. Anyways, this guy's snoring over here. Listen,
I am, man.
Listen, I'm trying to
They're
reach
the
out to you.
8th seed taking
I don't
on the
want
number
you.
1 seed.
Oh, now
They're
that's
not supposed to win this series.
Oh, okay.
And if they do,
he's a superstar. He's gonna win the game. He's gonna. Oh, get the fuck out of here! I told you they were gonna get swept. Oh my goodness!
I wasn't disagreeing that they were going to lose this series.
Dude. Listen.
Listen.
I just don't want to see you up here every day because you do a really good job here. You guys prep a lot. There's a lot of work that goes into all this. It's not easy. Having said that, I don't want to see you up here being so wrong all the time. It hurts me. It hurts me, man. Like,
Is that
Russell
your
Westbrook
tweet from last night? You highlighted your own tweet?
Last night, I was feeling good about myself, especially because of the betting that was going on. I tweeted about Russell Westbrook. I said, Russell Westbrook, once again showing he's the best player in the NBA. I'll apologize to everybody, including Stick, for my inability to see his greatness. Epic performance so far. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 of 10 from the field, 0 for 3 from the three-point line, and I believe 4 turnovers. Listen, man, I don't want to come up here and just dog the guy, but seriously, what are we doing? This guy is not a superstar.
I thought we were going to actually have a moment,
Listen,
Adam.
we're not going to have a moment until you open up your ears, man.
You're not going to have a moment until you realize Russell Westbrook can't take on the #1 seed by himself.
Russell, what do you mean by himself? He has Bradley Beal. Oh, listen, let's just call it
by himself.
If Russell Westbrook put in as much effort into his game and his ability to...
The guy got popcorn thrown on him last night. What more do you want from him?
If Russell Westbrook put in the same amount of effort into his game that he was putting, trying to fight the guy who threw the popcorn at him, maybe he would be a really good player.
That did crack me up. He was leaving the court injured. The minute he gets popcorn thrown, he's fucking Hulk.
Hold me back.
Like 12 guys got a hold. Like, where's the injury?
God damn it, man.
Listen, I love Russell Westbrook. I think he's...
I know, that's your issue.
Yeah.
Listen, it's like you basically have a drinking problem. I'm trying to save you before it gets too bad.
I appreciate it.
You gotta stop this.
Yeah, even though you're blind to his skills, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, if sucking is skill, like
triple doubles are so easy to get. Everybody could get them.
I mean, I'm glad the triple double means anything to you. Like, I mean, it's nothing. It has zero impact on the game.
Yeah, you're right.
It does not matter.
You're right. Oscar Robertson sucked.
Oscar Robertson was actually an accomplished basketball player who actually contributed to his basketball.
Triple doubles don't mean shit.
Oh, the worst plus minus on the court last night. The worst.
He was injured.
Ben Simmons missed fewer shots than Russell Westbrook had turnovers.
Ben Simmons was like a #1 overall pick.
Ben Simmons is somebody we've been shitting on for a few years because he couldn't get his game together, and last night he made Russell Westbrook look like shit. Don't even. He spun move past Russell Westbrook. Euro-stepped him all night. Goodness gracious. Look, man.
He had a bad game. What do you want? His bad game is almost a triple-double.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. How did he do getting him into the tournament? Who got him into the tournament?
Let's see. Bradley Beal averaging 30 points in the play-ins.
Who got him into the tournament?
Bradley Beal.
You're an idiot. Russell Westbrook. And you know because you came up here and you showed him respect for winning that game.
I gave him respect for the first game.
Exactly.
That does not mean it was only him.
It was a one-game play-in.
Bradley Beal averaging over 30 points the whole regular season. And then over 32 in the play-ins. Like, let's not get it twisted, man. Let's not get it. Look, man, I don't want to come up here and start problems, but I just need you to, I just want you to be okay.
I'm perfectly fine.
You're not.
I'm perfectly fine.
You're not. And I'm concerned.
Thank you, Adam, for coming out with your bets this morning. If you want to bet Adam's bets, make sure you go to mybookie.com.
One more bet. I'm sorry. I forgot to put it on the ticket.
Oh, God.
Because I usually stick to 5. For the remainder of the playoffs, however longer the Wizards are, and bet against the Wizards. They have Russell Westbrook on their team. They're not going to win many games. That's always a lock.
What's up, Fish?
Before you go, Adam, can I expect tomorrow a Champions League bet for City and Chelsea on Saturday? Are you going to make that?
I kind of don't like doing that because the game isn't played that day, and I like putting out a ticket that everybody can win that day. But maybe I'll do it on the site. Okay. I'll announce it on the show just for you, but I won't put it in my ticket.
All right. Make sure you get those bets in at mybookie.com. All you got to do, enter promo code Woodward10, and we'll set you up with that free $10 account. No deposit required. You just get a free $10. So if you want to bet on any of Adam's games tonight, you can do that. You want to bet on Russell Westbrook getting a triple-double in the next game,
and losing?
You can do that.
And losing?
Yeah, parlay it with them losing. Yeah. That's fine. So you can do whatever you want. Then you'd lose like Adam.
Stat pattern.
Yeah, we used to have one of those guys here at quarterback.
Yep.
There you go.
Strokes both of them.
Go to Woodward Sports or go to mybookie.com, enter promo code Woodward, get that free $10, and get your bets on.
Or go to strokerust.com.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Man, so much stuff going around here at Woodward Sports today. Corey just dropped some awesome news on us, and once we get the details from that, we will announce it. But Calvin Johnson and Rob Sims doing an event today in River Rouge, and it looks like we got the plug, baby.
Got the invite to be out there.
That is awesome. So, yeah, that's going to be amazing. Hopefully we can get down there and talk to Big Play CJ. And it is Thursday, so that means one thing and one thing only. Our friend Terry Foster joins the show today. Hello, Terry.
Hello,
welcome.
everybody. I just want to say that Russell Westbrook is a very fine ball player.
Thank you.
Adam was going the other way and just ran back.
I know. He doesn't like him.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, he is a little bit of an ass.
Okay, I'll take
And,
that. I don't need nice guys as players. I need winners.
He's not a good shooter, but he puts
That's
up.
the thing. You could rip on his shot. You could rip on his shot.
Yes.
And then when you look at, obviously, right now, being down 0-2, it's like, it's not looking good. You could rip on him all you want, but you cannot deny the fact that he's a good ball player.
Right. And that's all.
He is. Although, when there were rumors that he was going to come to the Pistons, I was one of the ones that said no. No, don't bring him to the Pistons because the Pistons are not in that position. He's a high volume guy, takes a lot of shots, misses a lot of shots. He makes a few. But I didn't think he was right for the Pistons.
See, I would have liked him here just in order to sell tickets and get some energy in LCA.
Okay, does that line your pockets?
No, but it lines my happiness pockets.
Okay.
It actually does line the pockets a little bit. Get more people. The city keeps buzzing, and
people care about the Pistons.
Yes.
They come to us for sports information.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But
in
they
a way,
still be
there's a
losing.
trickle down.
That trickle down.
Still be losing though, brother.
Hey, it's all good. It's about what sells. Winning's
Right.
not the only thing that sells. You
No,
could have-
I love the direction that we're going in. Listen,
Yeah.
Troy Weaver, you guys are doing a perfect job. So I love the direction that we're going in with that right now. So even though we didn't get him, that's okay. But I would have loved to see him, in a Pistons uniform, putting up triple doubles, us rooting for it. Like, it's just exciting basketball when he plays. To me, he's got that Detroit mentality where he plays hard every single play. Sometimes he plays too hard and gets out of control. But I'd rather have somebody that overtries than Blake Griffin.
The problem with him, if he came to the Pistons, he might be putting up triple singles. So you don't want that.
Oh, you would have taken all the stats. There's plenty of stats available here. So, Terry,
Yes,
how
sir.
you doing, man?
I'm doing fine.
You look good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That means a lot. I have a big day today, which won't be fun. I'm pulling weeds.
Ooh.
Man, you always going to work on that house.
Yeah,
That
your yard's
adult
got to
life.
be beautiful.
Yeah, right. You go to his house, he got the shittiest looking yard.
Right. My wife thinks it is.
Yeah.
But it's not true. It's, we live on a woodsy area, so it gets a little mangled.
You get the
sometimes.
deer out there eating all your plants and everything you put out?
Oh, yeah. You know what? The deer for 3 years ate our weeds.
Oh.
So I'm like, cool.
Cool.
Then last year, they said, we don't like weeds anymore. We're going to eat his flowers.
COVID hit the deer.
Must have, because it pissed me off. I'm like, dudes, get out of here.
So we go back and forth on some of the topics that you want to go over when you come in on Thursday. And where do you want to start today? I know you got a couple of Michigan topics in here. You got a Lions topic in here. Where do you want to start on this list that you sent?
Let me see the list.
You got Vegas puts Michigan State over under at 4 games, Michigan
Oh,
at 8.
I
If you
tell
had
you
to
what.
bet your house on one of them, who would you bet your house on?
I tell you what. I'm pissed about Yost Arena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
University of Michigan Regents, and there's some committee, has recommended that they change the name of Yost Arena. And the reason is because Fielding Yost was a Michigan football coach back in the 20s and 30s and when the world was different. So they're saying because of some of his decisions back then, or actually one decision, there's a football player named, I think it was Willis Ward, who was black. Yost held him out of a football game against Georgia Tech because Georgia Tech didn't want to play a game against black players. And no, I don't like that. I don't like the 20s. I'm glad I wasn't around in the 30s and stuff.
It's funny because my wife always says that, like, oh, I wish I grew up in the 20s and stuff like that. It's like, no, women didn't have a say in a
that's
damn
right.
thing.
When you couldn't vote.
Yeah, you couldn't do a damn thing. Like, yeah, it looks nice, the Roaring 20s, flappers.
And she had to listen to you.
Right.
She doesn't have to listen to you now.
Yeah, that would
Now,
not have flown.
roles reversed.
Yes, not have flown. But anyway, sorry to interrupt you. But
So I understand it was a different time, and I am not a big advocate of changing names and stuff because of the actions of what people did back in the 20s and 30s. Now, sometimes you had no choice. For instance, Stick, do you like having me and Corey on the shows now and then?
oh yeah, of course.
Okay, if it was 1920, guess what? You tried to put me on. They said, no, but you get this motherfucker off, or your network is done.
Right.
So what are you gonna do then?
See, honestly, I've had these thoughts in my head, like when you're watching a movie about integration of high schools and stuff, like which guy would I be? You know, because I always say I'm lucky enough to have grown up here in Southeast Michigan where it's just a melting pot of people. We have a large population of black people, a large population of Asian, Arabic. So we have exposure to many cultures. But honestly, I don't know. And I wish I could assuredly say that I would have my same views and my same level-headedness now
Let's say
about
you
race.
did, but they wouldn't allow you.
I would fight. I'm a fighter. I would have
Okay.
fought it. I'd like to think that's what I would have been. I like to think I would have been the guy that picked up the Color Girl's book as she dropped it walking into the building while everybody's booing. I wish, that's how I picture myself back then, but
if you did that,
I don't know.
Get your ass kicked.
That's fine. I've taken ass beatings before.
I mean, that's the thing,
real
too.
ass kicking.
Right.
The thing, too, is obviously times are so different. So right now we're in this world of fighting for equality, and social justice is priority number one in the world, which it always should be. But when you look back then, it was never really talked about like that. So now we're more cognizant of it.
But you got to think people still had consciences back then. That's what always throws me off is
I know.
how can you not view a human life as valuable no matter what color it is? And even if you're brought up by racists, you still, just because you were brought up in a household of spousal abuse doesn't mean you have to abuse your spouse.
You're more
just because
likely
you were
to.
brought up by racists doesn't mean you have to be racist. Sometimes you can learn by people doing the wrong thing. You just need to be
It's
aware.
true, but the thinking was so different back then.
I know. That's why I have a tough time wrapping my brain around it.
Right now you think of this and it's like, of course. What do you mean? Of course.
Yeah, we're sitting up here with a Chaldean guy, a black guy, and a white guy, and we're good.
Right.
We're good.
Nobody's gonna shoot one another. And we're gonna have discourse, even if we disagree on a subject.
Yeah.
We'll
I
walk
might throw
away
popcorn
past.
on you, but that's it.
Well, no, you can't throw the popcorn. Then that's going over the line right there. I got to do a Westbrook on you.
So you think they should change Serena?
No,
You're good with it?
See, you never listen to me. When I say or tweet something, you come in and say the exact opposite of what I said. I said, no, don't change it.
Okay, good.
So give us some back history now on what it actually was that he did years ago.
Well, he was saying he held back. Was that the main thing that he did?
Was the main thing he did. He held back. He refused to play a black player against Georgia Tech because Georgia Tech didn't want to play against a team that had a black player on it. So now they're saying, let's take his name off the building. I don't agree with that. I think that's going way too far.
That's very sensitive. Very sensitive. And if that's the worst thing you could say about a man is that he held someone out of a game, he wasn't racist towards him, he still had him on the. Yeah, I'm with you. Keep the name.
Yeah, there's got to be something else. I mean, but that's the main thing they're bringing up, and I'm like, that's not a reason for me to take a man, particularly for what he means at University of Michigan.
Right.
Well, all the games he won as a football coach, what he meant to that university, and if you're saying the reason we're taking his name off the Yost Ice Arena, which has been up there for decades, is because of this one incident. I'm just not behind it.
And he died in 1946, so it's like whenever Yost was built, it took this long for this to even become a subject. That's what's crazy.
They were trying to cancel John Wayne.
Yeah.
Dude died in what, the 30s?
Yeah. Well, they did an investigation, so they looked into it. Yeah.
It started last year. I remember reading
so
about
this
it.
has been a long investigation.
Michigan's got bigger skeletons in their closet than that, especially what's been going on with the Bo Schembechler stuff and all of that. The news has been coming out with Michigan. If you're not going to address the big things sitting in front of you, why are you digging up small things?
Let's talk about something nobody else is talking about.
Well, hold on. Let's do that.
All right.
Let's do that. But first, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back, and we'll
some
talk
vodka.
about we'll talk we'll talk about what nobody else is talking about because Terry Foster is here Thursdays on Woodward Sports.
So what's up? My name is Sean Baligian. Glad to be a part of Baligian and Bell every day at 11. I'm the guy that gets pissed off at all the stupid sports fans out there.
What up, though? I'm Drake Bell here on the Baligian and Bell show here at Woodward Sports Network. Tap into the energetic Sean and the calm, smooth Drake Bell.
Welcome back. It is the Morning Woodward Show live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. My name is Stick. Joey's up here, and on Thursdays, the lovely Terry Foster joins us. And Terry, you said we're going to talk about something that nobody else is talking about.
Right. How come people don't put Bo Schembechler in the same vein as they did Joe Paterno. He had a predator.
Mm-hmm.
He knew about it. And he just said, suck it up.
You got to put them in the same vein. I mean,
How come we're not doing it? How come people say, Bo, he knew, but that's cool.
I honestly, I'm going to be straight up honest with you right now. I don't know enough of that story to judge either way, because when the Sandusky stuff was coming out, like, we heard every gruesome detail. And I think it's got to get to that point to where we're hearing all the details and everybody that was involved. But yeah, no, if he did something similar to what they happened at Penn State, his feet should be held to the same exact fire. It's really that simple to me.
We know that a doctor was molesting athletes and other people on campus.
Okay.
We know that Bo knew, and that Bo just brushed it off. So, yeah, we don't have the gory details, and we may never get them.
Right.
Because I can tell you one thing. As a guy that covered Michigan football, there's a lot of stuff that's swept under the rug. Athletes would be arrested. And Bo said, no, we're not. This isn't getting out. I mean, he was in cahoots with the police department in Ann Arbor. So he was able to keep things under wrap. So this seems to me, anything that happens with Michigan football or athletics, Bo knows about it.
Yeah, to me, program's been covering up for their players forever, so that's not surprising to me. I mean, hell, it happened this year with the Michigan basketball team. It was the kid that got in the car accident, and they were just like, oh, they didn't. Yeah. Nothing happened. He didn't get a ticket or anything, even though he crashed his car while driving drunk. Like, that's just what happens inside programs. They're gonna protect each other, but there are certain lines that you can't cross, which is child molestation and anything of that sort, where you can't protect anybody. You got to get rid of those people, those cancers, because eventually it's going to boil up and your card's going to get pulled.
That's true. But if you want to send your child to a university, particularly if they're an athlete, wouldn't you want to know everything that went on with Penn State? Wouldn't you want to know everything that went on at Baylor University?
Yeah, Larry Nassar, what happened at Michigan State.
How serious is this Michigan thing before
but to your
you send
point,
someone?
though, all of these big companies, organizations, teams, they're doing it. They're all partaking in it. It's all a matter of who gets busted and who doesn't get busted. So it's a risk no matter where you go.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, when it
They're
comes to like
all doing
arrests,
something shady.
DUIs, MIPs, yeah, they're all covering up for their boys. But when it comes to sexual assault, they should not be, period.
When you're dealing with a team of how many's on a college football team?
Like 70-something.
That many people.
There's more than that. I mean, there might be 70-something or 85
That
on
dress.
scholarship.
Right, yeah.
But
Right.
then there's other guys on there.
Right. It's all on one leader to control all of these young men. You know,
123.
Sheesh. 123. All it takes is one idiot, and you're in this situation.
But we're talking about a doctor. We're
I
not
know.
talking about a
I know.
player.
I know.
So we're talking about an adult who should know better, and we're supposed to treat athletes. But here's why things are covered up, because the one thing you cannot mess with is the brand
and the money.
You can't mess with the Block M. You can't mess with the Kentucky K, because that's money, that's prestige, that's a lot of things. And what we do as a society, and particularly in athletics, we put the brand in front of the people. And if you expose something, let's say the News of the Free Press found out some more stuff about Bo and started criticizing the brand and Bo and everything. Guess what? They get skewered by the fan base. The Louisville Courier-Journal found out some stuff about Kentucky basketball, and it was true. They were cheating and they were doing stuff, but the fans didn't come down on Kentucky. They came down on the newspaper. They came down on how dare you expose it? This is our livelihood. This is our thing. Well, they're doing stuff wrong, but you're supposed to ignore that because you don't mess with the brand.
No, I mean that's the paycheck, and it's sad to think that people die on the shield, but you see this in other professions too. Like we can talk about police brutality and stuff like that, and what side of the fence you're on that, you know that people cover up things for other people to protect the brand, protect the shield. Because if I let you know that this guy's bad, you're going to imply that I'm bad too. And I think that is a lot of it. And also, like you say, people identify and they put that Block M on their chest, and that's part of their identity. So when you're attacking that, you're attacking them, and that's where it gets dangerous.
Now, that is true.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes you should put humanity in front of an institution.
Oh, 100%.
And to be quite honest, even if any of these leaders were ever to just open up and do the right thing, you're going to be praised way more, especially in this day and age. Yes, you might get fired. Who knows what might happen on the other side of it. But if it's the right thing to do, you got to do it. And especially when no one else is doing the right thing in these situations, it's going to make you a leader amongst all men.
So do you think they should take down Schembechler's name from everything in Michigan?
No.
Okay. So, all right.
It would have to get huge, like Paternal.
Okay.
Where they took down the statue and stuff. There'd have to be a litany of things for me to say, no more Schembechler Hall or anything like that. That'd be a huge mess.
It'd be insane if that ever happened.
He did not build Michigan football, but most people believe he built Michigan football.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's been the icon ever since I was growing up. Like, it's Bo Schembechler, and that's it. Lloyd Carr did pretty well, but Bo Schembechler's the man.
Lloyd Carr did something Bo never did.
National championship?
Yes.
Yeah. Split national championship, though.
It was a split.
Yes.
However, that year, Nebraska had a 5th down in a play that they eventually won the game. So I see Nebraska had a loss. The referee screwed it up.
It's an incomplete. It may not be a loss, but it's an incomplete. That's for sure. All right, what else you want to talk about today? I know you wanted to do story time.
Yes. Let me know, because story time would be the last thing that I do, because I want to talk to you
about
guys.
how long did you want for story time so we can time that out?
4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Then, yeah, we still got some time to talk about other things. This is actually funny that you brought this up, because one of our content contributors tweeted this out, and it started kind of a debate in our text thread together about whether this question should even be asked and how stupid the question is.
There's no such thing as a stupid question.
All right. So
actually, there is. But.
So you said, should the Lions give the number 9 jersey away, and should the number 9 jersey go on the Lions Wall of Fame?
Yes. And I'm going to say...
You say yes.
No.
Yes, that you asked that. Okay.
Yes, I asked that.
All right.
When you say give it away, what do you mean by give it away?
If a player wants the number 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is it so... His presence in Detroit, is he so revered that if a guy wants a number 9, that you're going to give it to him?
Hell no.
If let's say that Jared Goff wants a number 9,
he should wear it.
Give it to him.
You give it to him.
Right.
I mean, to me, there's 2 untouchable numbers: 20 and 81. Outside of that, it's a free ball game. Nobody else has done. Those guys are Hall of Famers. Stafford, we can have that conversation if he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I don't think he is, but a lot of people in this city thinks he is. He didn't do anything. He was 0-3 in the playoffs here. He didn't take us to the next level. He was the best Lions quarterback of all time, but that doesn't mean anything in the scheme of NFL football. So no, that
but
number
we're
is
talking
not
about the jersey, though. You're talking about the jersey here in Detroit.
Right. So that number is not untouchable.
But if you're having this conversation of he should be a Hall of Famer, how the heck are you going to possibly be a Hall of Famer, but that jersey doesn't even get retired at that team that you played at?
First of all, he's still playing. So I don't care. If he retired, okay, maybe, let's reminisce about the good old days with Stafford, the 12 years he was here. But honestly, the dude's still playing for another team. He's not showing respect to us. Why should we show respect for him?
And the other thing about
his whole career was here in Detroit.
Not anymore.
Thus far.
Getting into the Hall of Fame in the National Football League, particularly for quarterback, a lot of it has to do with stats. And what do we say about Stafford? The empty stats. Pat Stafford is what they call him.
Yes.
So he's going to put up, when he retires, he might be like the number 2, number 3 quarterback of all time as far as yards are concerned.
45,000 yards in Detroit.
But how many playoff wins? Zero.
It doesn't matter for that. We're in Detroit. How many playoff wins does the whole organization have?
1 in the Ford era. And I was at that game. And you know what? If you behave yourself, that might be an Uncle Terry story down the road.
I'm just saying, if we're going to do Calvin Johnson's number, and I'm not saying that the level of goatness that Calvin Johnson was in this organization.
Then what are we having this conversation for? That's the whole conversation.
I know, but the conversation is, it is a legitimate argument to say that Matthew Stafford will be Hall of Fame. It's a legit argument.
It's a conversation you can
he
have.
He will be in the Hall of Fame.
No, he won't.
I'm on
No
Terry's
way.
side on this.
No
I think
way.
he
What do you
will.
mean, no way?
No way.
What if
It's
he
all
ends up?
stats. It's not about accomplishments. It's the most.
If
it's
you
the
put him
dumbest
in,
thing.
you got to put Phillip Rivers in. You got to put Jay Cutler in. You got to put all these half-ass quarterbacks that never did anything in. You can't do that. And you're right. Stafford's got the stats because he came into the league at a time when passing was becoming wide open. The offenses were turning more into passing game, passing league. So, of course, he's going to have those stats faster than anybody. But by the time he's retired, Patty Mahomes may be passing him up. And all these quarterbacks, Josh Allen, all these guys that are used to having 4,000, 5,000-yard seasons.
You mean Patty Mahomes with multiple Super Bowl victories by the time he leaves?
Even if Patty Mahomes only has his one, he's still heads and tails above what Stafford was. So, no, you could not put this jersey up in the rafter, period.
It's going to be done.
It's stupid if they do it.
It's going to be done.
Okay, should it be in the Lions?
No.
Wall of Fame?
No.
Okay.
We're talking about the NFL's Hall of Fame, and you're saying no on this. For the Lions, an organization that has had so much history of winning.
I think it's going to be very interesting 5 years after he retires, what the conversation is going to be like then. Now, I know guys on the NFL Hall of Fame committee, their standards are way lower than it is for baseball.
Yeah.
So I think he might get in. And you know what? You might just bust the gasket saying he doesn't belong. That's going to be your next conversation about him.
When you imagine the Lions organization, like you say 81, you can never see anybody else wearing number 81.
Right. I can see someone else wearing 9.
You could see someone else wearing number 9 in the Lions uniform.
No. Why? I can see someone else wearing 3. I can see someone else wearing 9.
If you can't see someone else, you can't see for sure 20. You can never see that.
But the thing is,
81, though, you could see someone else wearing.
Barry took 20 after Billy Sims, and nobody thought anybody else could fill that 20,
and
and Barry still did.
Lynn Burney. Lynn Burney was a pretty good number 20.
Yeah, that 20's been passed around to a lot of good players. But no, man, that number 9, like, saying nobody else can ever wear that for this, to me, it just doesn't make sense.
For one of the greatest quarterbacks in Lions history.
No, he's the greatest quarterback in Lions history. I'm not dumb enough to ignore what he is. But that doesn't mean that you retire his jersey. Like, do we retire the greatest left tackle? Do we retire the greatest punter? Do we, like,
well,
what's the standard
You
now?
look at it this way. Yes, he's the greatest quarterback under the Ford era. Look at the scrubs that he's competing against. Eric Hipple, Gary Danielson, Rodney Peete,
Andre Ware, Mike McMahon, Joey Harrington. I mean, we could do this all day long.
These are not great quarterbacks.
Right.
If we continue, though, we'll never have a jersey to be retired in Detroit.
That's on us to get fucking players that are good enough.
So often. They got to.
All right.
You don't just do it because you have to do it.
Listen, you're comparing a left tackle to a quarterback. A quarterback getting 45,000 yards in his entire career is going to get way more recognition than the greatest offensive lineman. That's just the way it is.
It's debatable.
It's always going to be that way. You could ask any offensive line. We could ask TJ Lang. It's just that's the way that the game is.
I don't know. You talk. You go to Cleveland and talk about Joe Thomas. They're going to tell you that he's probably the best talent that they've had there in 10, 15 years.
All right. You know who should be getting some love then? Lomas Brown.
He should.
Lomas Brown was a hell of a player.
Yeah, I mean, if we're just retiring jerseys like it's free, let's do it. Hey, Spielman, throw your 54 up there. Lomas Brown, let's do that. You know, Kevin Glover, you were good. Why not? You were the best right tackle we've ever had. Like, fuck it. Let's throw them all up there. Like,
or center.
Yeah, center, sorry.
That's all right. So, yeah, you look at, little Sticker's criticizing the Lions a little bit. I love this.
I mean, he's coming from the winning standpoint. I get where you're coming from. But we all know stats and Hall of Fames and all that. They don't even give a shit about the wins. That's just the way that they do this, and I'm just going off of that. If you look at our Lions organization, you cannot argue that the number 9, you won't see it on any other Lions player.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a way we can respect the guy, because I do have respect for Stafford. Like I said, I'm not dumb enough to say he's not the best quarterback the Lions have ever had. He is. It's clear. There's no debate about that. But that doesn't mean you get your jersey retired in the rafters. That just can't happen. Just can't.
Somebody will wear number 9 again.
Yes.
It may not be in the next 10 to 15 years, but somebody's going to wear that jersey again. He just didn't do enough to have that jersey removed.
And would you only be mad if a quarterback wore the number 9? Because now that anybody can wear that jersey, what if a linebacker picks up 9?
No, it's just the jersey. Like, I think number 9, you think Lions. You think Stafford. It'll always be that way. It will.
I don't know.
You don't want to accept it, but that's just the nature of that number.
I want to do like a thing on the street with me and you, and we walk up and say, what do you think of when you think of number 9?
Let's do this. Let's do it.
And then we'll get a response out of that, and I guarantee more people will say Gordie Howe.
I was going to say that. They're going to say, oh, Gordie Howe. So what's the big deal?
The big deal is Stafford isn't even the best number 9.
No, I'm going to be honest. Even that argument alone right there, if you say number 9 right now, Lions argue that's the most recent thing in Detroit sports is number 9 Stafford. Like, people said, that's my quarterback, number 9. Like, it's just he's branded that number so well.
Well, if you go to the sporting goods store and ask somebody about number 9, they'll bring up Stafford because his jersey is still on sale.
And that thing was selling,
by the way.
Right.
But if you talk to sports fans who love all sports, and you say number 9, they're going to say Gordie Howe.
Yeah, I'm still leaning on Stafford.
Detroit 9.
Right now, if you ask that question, I'm still leaning Stafford.
I mean, how do we even have this conversation?
Okay, what's the greatest number 9 in Detroit history?
Gordie Howe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, you can't deny that.
All right.
We were getting ready to
no, I'm just saying
send you off.
Now.
No, I was about to walk off.
Right.
Like, all right. Fish, what do you think of this?
Terry, I don't have an opinion on this.
Okay,
Something
great.
else. Terry Foster, you know how you always whip on stick for saying we?
Yes.
Well, someone else said we.
Was
Stephen
it
A.
me?
Smith? No, it was not you. Stephen A. Smith said we. Talk about the Knicks, and had a whole bunch of people behind him.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so I want to
Stephen A.
know your opinion on
Yeah.
we and how it relates to commentators and what's okay and what's not okay for what
I
they're
don't
allowed
like
to
it.
say.
I think Stephen A. has become a shill, and I understand that. Especially in that position, you have to show that you're neutral. You can't say our Knicks or my Knicks and blah, 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 because you're going to have to comment on the Knicks. You're going to fuck something up, and then you're going to say, my Knicks, it's okay. I just think when you are a national commentator like that, no, that's not acceptable in my world. Now, no, I'm a little bit of a curmudgeon, and that's...
I feel bad for you, Terry.
No, that's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah.
You know what's sad about this topic?
Being vanilla on all of it's got to be tough. Like, it's really got no joy out of something that's supposed to just bring you joy.
And no heartbreak.
That's true, too. You're saving yourself the heartbreak, so.
You know what's so sad about this topic is that we're legitimately having this conversation because this is the best that we got.
What?
Number 9 in Stafford. Like, that's the best that we got, that we're even having this conversation as someone that brought us no W's to have that number retired. And it's probably going to happen.
But you know whose fault that is? More than Stafford?
Fans.
Organization. And fans a little bit there because they don't hold the Lions accountable. They bitch and moan and everything, but they come back. This is my team. I love my team. And so they continue to do silly stuff, although the good news is I think now they're a real organization now.
So, Joey, if you have a kid in the future, right, and they're 5, 6, 7 years old, you take them to Ford Field, and let's say number 9 is retired in the rafters, right?
Yeah.
You're going to point to that, and what are you going to say why that's there?
I'm going to say it was a bad team, and he was a fortunate position to where he could pad his stats. I mean, that's just the truth. I'm not saying.
There it is.
I'm not saying. Listen.
Victory!
That's no victory. That's no victory. When I say retiring a number 9, I'm not saying he's the best player. I'm not saying that that's a big achievement. I'm just saying that's what they're going to do.
Baby boy, what should they do?
What should they do?
I'm baby boy.
Oh.
Well, it floats around.
Fish,
it all depends on.
Fish getting offended.
If you think should, I'm going to say no. I'm going to 100% say no, actually.
Stickles?
Because I don't think that you should just be retiring jerseys just to retire jerseys.
Right.
But you know that the way Stafford with the Lions all these years, like we were talking about Stafford months after we even traded the dude as a Lion. Like that's just it. How many tributes did we do when he left us?
0.
Well, they haven't played the game
We played his
since.
9-minute video on
That's
every
what I'm
show.
saying, but like I feel like when Stafford left, there was so many things that we did to thank him for his years.
Yeah, and that's great. That's nice, but that doesn't mean you put his jersey in the rafter. It just means thank you for your service.
Joey is on a roll today. He's on a roll because he just sparked me. Why do we thank a guy for his service after he makes $27 million a year? You know, here I'm the Lions quarterback. Didn't get you what you wanted. I passed for a lot of yards, won a couple games here and there. I got paid $23 to $27 million a year. Why are we thanking this dude? He should be kissing our ass.
Years. It's literally the amount of years that our organization was dumb enough to keep him with the team.
Not dumb enough. I mean, the Stafford was the right move. He was the right draft pick in that year. If you go back and look at that draft was absolute shit. And the other quarterback was the Sanchez, which I'm glad we did not get because then we'd have the butt fumble on our record.
But I mean, I'm saying the longevity.
Yeah, you just can't reward people for time served. Like that's really it. If we're just going off, hey, he played here 12 years, let's put his jersey up, then fine, whatever.
This is my thing, though. No one's gonna ever top his stats as a Lion. Like how
yes,
long?
they will.
How long? How
yes,
long?
They
Let
will.
me ask you that actually.
The next quarterback we commit 10 years to, just because of the way the NFL is.
We got a quarterback right now that we got on the team.
Yeah, he won't be our quarterback of the future.
He won't be here for long.
You know what? This is what this town does. We don't like starting quarterbacks. Jared Goff has not started a game yet for the Detroit Lions. We're already trying to ship his ass out of town.
Yeah, those people are stupid. They're stupid. Give the guy a chance. I mean, maybe he's only 26. He could be our quarterback for the next 6 years, and we could be okay. We'll find out about that. But we got a story time coming up, and you know what goes good with story time? A nice cocktail.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, 8 Mile. Make sure you guys pick this up at any Meijer store. It's born in Detroit. Says so right here on the back of the
Just
bottle.
don't give it to the children.
Yeah, unless they're cranky and you want them to go to bed. Then you go with some 8 Mile. That's what my mom used to do. Sorry, Mom. So 8 Mile. Pick it up any Meijer store. It's also available at tons of local watering holes. And if it isn't, ask for it by name so they will start carrying it, and we will make sure it gets to where you are. 8 Mile.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Fish, can you turn the music up real quick? Turn it all the way up.
What the heck you playing? The Titanic or something?
Is it up on your end?
It's up.
Okay.
It's just very low.
Okay.
And very subtle because it's now time for story time with Terry Foster.
That's right.
On the Woodward
Gather
Sports
around,
Network.
boys. We're giving you a surprise here.
Tuck your boner in your belt.
I
It's
decided that since you're all my children, you're my sons, you're my, I'm your uncle, you're my nephews, that I want to tell you stories about things that happened back in the day.
Can I ask where you found the soundtrack?
Shh, Fish, just listen.
Yeah, right. just listen to Uncle Terry.
This is Uncle Terry talking to the fellas here. Now gather around, fellas. I want to take you back to the year 1997. Uncle Terry was in the Lions locker room talking to some of the boys there. Lomas Brown, Herman Moore. I don't know if Johnny Morton was on the team then, but it was a bunch of them. And they said, guess what we heard? I said, what? Barry was in the locker room saying, I'm thinking of retiring.
This was in 97.
97.
Okay.
So then they talked about it, and we talked about it a little bit when it's, he's not going to retire. But he talked to them about retiring in 1997. So he finishes the 97 season, plays in 98, and then Barry retires. Now, here's a little backstory on Barry retiring. The day of training camp, Barry Sanders called a woman named Risa, who worked in the Lions front office, and asked, what is that exit to Saginaw again? Because the Lions training camp was at Saginaw Valley. So this is training camp's about to start. He calls to find out where is the exit, because he forgot the exit every year. So she told him what exit it was. He said, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. So instead of turning up to training camp, Barry sends a text to the Wichita, Kansas newspaper and says, I'm out of here. I'm done. So that was the first time that the Lions got hint that he was not going to turn in. He wasn't going to show up.
So they had a 2-year jump on it.
No, yeah, they did, but nobody believed it.
Got it.
So then, the day of training camp, he calls someone from the Lions and said, I'm headed up. What's the exit again? So there's no need. You don't think, okay,
Right.
What's going on here? So after then he shows up in London, and but I was writing newspaper articles at this time saying, don't be surprised if Barry returns to the Lions. Here's why. I was talking to his dad, William Sanders, and the director of security, Jocko Hughes. And they were working on trying to bring Barry Sanders back to the Lions. And Jocko is a former player. He was a lineman, played in the PSL. And he reminds me of Corey sometimes, because when he gets excited, he starts to talk like this. And so I was talking to Jocko, and he said, man, Terry, Barry coming back. I'm telling you, man, he coming back because me and his daddy working on him. And Barry don't want to retire. He want to come back and finish up.
Sound like Tyrone Biggums.
No, it's Corey, man.
That's Corey.
So
what you talking about?
So Jocko Hughes and William Sanders are trying to trap Barry for a meeting. But Barry didn't want to meet with anybody. When he came to town, he would sneak into town and go out without seeing him, including his dad.
Right.
And then finally one day they trapped Barry in his house. I think it was in Rochester. So anyway, Jocko, hey Barry, what up? And his dad, who thought Barry was the third best running back of all time.
Yeah, Jim Brown was his number one, right?
Jim Brown and Peyton Manning.
Yep.
Not Peyton Manning, but
Walter Payton.
Walter Payton.
Yep.
Were the top running backs of all time. And Jocko actually disagrees. And, oh, man, Barry the best of all time. So anyway, they finally trap him in his house and say, Barry, you got to come back. What is all this about you retiring? And Barry said, no, fellas, I'm out for real. And one of the problems he had was Kevin Glover. Kevin Glover was an all-pro center. Kevin Glover was part of an offensive line that we used to rip on a little bit, but he was a very good player.
Right. Pro Bowler.
Yeah. So they brought in Scott Mitchell and paid him more money than Barry and Kevin Glover and Herman Moore and everybody else. That pissed Barry off.
Oh, he just came off that great season in Miami, though. You had to cash out Scott Mitchell.
No, baby boy, too. It was a great 7 games.
I know.
He had 7 great games in Miami.
Sarcasm.
And Wayne Fonts was like, they gave Wayne a blank checkbook. Go sign this dude.
Yep.
And so they did. But what they needed to do is they needed to take care of the guys who were already in-house. Kevin Glover, Barry Sanders. So that upset Barry Sanders, and so that got him to thinking, you know what, this isn't the place for me. I can't win here. They're not taking care of my boys, and they're bringing in this dude. I don't even know if he can play.
So that's what pushed Barry over the edge?
Yes.
Wow.
Kevin Glover.
Wow.
And to a lesser extent, Chris Spielman. Because Chris Spielman, you know, he's the guy that we all look at as the perfect team player. He wasn't happy either, because they were screwing with him with his contract.
How does that make you feel, Stick?
It pisses me off beyond belief. First of all, I'm still, like I talked about earlier in the show, I still hold grudges against Barry for sending a fax. And to know that they knew 2 years prior to that they probably should have traded their best asset and maybe got something for him, even though it would have hurt the Lions' pride at the moment. They could have taken that route. They could have addressed this. They could have not paid Scott Mitchell, who ended up doing absolutely fucking nothing for us. So Yeah, Terry, you're just like killing me this morning with this story.
Sorry, buddy boy.
That's a good story. That's a good story, though.
Come on, Lions, get it together.
Honestly, like when you hear things like this and you realize that it's the organization making these mistakes to lose their best assets, that's when you know there's a problem.
That's why when they signed Frank Ragnow to that contract, I was like the only person in town like jumping for joy. All right, it's a real organization because I know they had this opportunity to do the same thing decades ago with Kevin Glover, and they decided, no, we're going to play hardball with this guy.
Right, and now this is the best offensive line we've had since the 91 team.
Now, what if they decide, oh, let's play hardball with Frank Ragnow?
Stupid.
Right.
Stupid.
You probably piss off Jared Goff, who hasn't even taken a snap yet. You piss off the rest of the offensive line, and you would have the old Lions creeping back again. That's why I say, you know, even though they haven't won any games other than this new regime, is different now because of the way they handled Frank Ragnow as opposed to Kevin Glover.
Goes back to if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. So hopefully we learned from it, and we're good to go now, right?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Well, Terry.
Hopefully they are ready to go.
Thank you. Yes, we are. Thank you for coming on with Story Time today and spending some time with us. We actually, speaking of the Lions, Corey's on the line live from Lions training camp right now. Can we get him up on the screen real quick? Corey!
Corey's already there?
Yeah, Corey drives fast as hell. How fast are you going on Southfield, man?
I'm not going to incriminate myself right now, so yeah.
What's it look like down there? This is your first time covering OTA, so you're down there right now. What's the vibe, and what do you plan on doing today?
Well, all right now, I'm the only person here, it looks like. Well, as far as media goes, but I see they're kind of like got a little tent set up in the back. Said that they're going to have the media set up outside for the Zoom calls, and then around 1 o'clock, that's when the practice and everything will take place, and then, just plan on asking some good questions, catching the vibe, and see what's going on.
Terry, do you have any advice for Corey while he's down there? Because I'm sure you've covered many of these.
The hell with you, dude. You're not at Lions training camp. You know why? Lions training camp is supposed to be 100 degrees. You're supposed to be sweating. That shirt should already be pitted out. So you're not really covering training camp, dude. Come on now.
That's actually a great shirt.
I cannot help it that Woodward Sports laced me with a nice dry fit Under Armour T-shirt.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They got this T-shirts that don't sweat or something like that.
Yeah.
I love how you accuse Corey of not being there, and he turned so you could see the building in the background.
He's there. I know he's there, but that's not really Lions training camp because it's not 100 degrees.
Right.
Well, thank God.
What should Corey do while he's there today?
Corey, here's what you need to do. First of all, everybody's going to well, who's there? Is any play like
nobody's here. No.
Like Jared Goff won't be there, right?
No, everybody's supposed to be here.
Okay, well, that's the story that you that you need to get, but that's going to be hard to get because everybody's going to go to him. So now you need to find a secondary story after you get a few things from Jared Goff.
I think
All right, I'm looking at alternate angle.
I got the perfect question for you that you can just hit the whole practice field with.
Oh, wait, text me that. We don't know who's watching.
You don't want people to steal it?
Okay, all right. I'll text it to you.
I love it. Right. I love it. So, Corey, check in with us throughout the day. I'm sure you're going to be posting stuff on social media, getting some interviews, and getting us up to date. And I can't wait to talk to you about it tomorrow. And then are you back down there the rest of the week as well?
Well, no, I have today they're letting me in, and then they have a couple of more dates coming up that they'll allow me to let in. So like next week, and then after that they have like from June 8th through 10th I'll be able to be here. So it's four more times I'll be able to come back down here.
Beautiful, man.
And Corey, just to let you know, I'm not getting fresh or anything, but you look very handsome today in your little shirt.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, have a good
Shout
time
out to my
today.
barber Moose.
Yeah, what up, Moose? Have a great time today, Corey. Get some good quotes, get some good things, represent the brand, and let them know that Woodward Sports isn't here to play.
That's right.
Hey, will do.
All right, man. Thank you. That's Corey checking in live from Lions OTAs that are going on today. And, what a cool thing. What a cool thing to be a part of. I used to go to, like, the open practices.
Those are fun.
And it's just so fun to watch these professional athletes warm up and just do what they do.
Right. Now, the other thing that I was teasing him about it not being 100 degrees, when we used to go to training, I swear it was 100 degrees every time I went. And what players used to do after, they would have a big tub of ice.
Oh, yeah.
And they would sit in that ice for half hour, 45 minutes, just to get their body cooled down. And I would say, dude, there's no way I could sit in a tub of ice for half an hour. And players always tell me, if you were out on that field for the last 2 hours, you'd be right in this ice.
Yeah, I bet it felt great, man. I didn't mind ice baths when I played sports. Like, you'd sit there and
tough.
Yeah, ice your knee and stuff like that. Always felt good. Well, Terry, man, thank you for stopping by the studio today. Obviously, you're going to hang out till the rest of the show, so let's do this. The infamous Fish is sitting in the booth, and you know Fish is now paid. We started paying him yesterday.
I heard a rumor it was going to happen. I didn't want to spoil the surprise.
Yeah, well, Fish is officially paid, and we're going to do Fish's Facts next right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. I'm trying to find me a shirt. Ooh, look at these swimming shorts. What are you doing over there, Stick?
I'm trying to find me a drink. Ooh, look at these bonfire bitters.
Ready for summer.
Let's go.
Is it time? Yeah, it is. Fish!
Go Fish. Fish Facts.
It's fish!
Looking for the booze.
It's Fish. You ready, buddy?
Yes, sure. I'm ready.
All right, let's hit it. Let's get your facts for the day.
All right, today is Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
And we have a weekend to enjoy.
Long
a three-day weekend. So we start video, as always. Thursday Night Football. What a lovely time. We go out to Brisbane, where this guy made a really good play.
Oh.
And you can tell why the Broncos are not very good.
Oh, yeah, because that's not a really good play. He just turned around.
Yeah, he just turned around and went through the gap.
Yeah.
He read his hole.
Yeah.
Right.
The Broncos are, I believe, in 15th or 16th place, so they're not very good. They lost 40-16 that game, or 40-12 actually. We go to the facts, and we start with the Mets and Yankees. They'll both be playing doubleheaders tomorrow. It'll be the fourth time that both teams played home doubleheaders on the same day. September 13, 2008, April 13, 1997, and September 21st, 1982. And yes, that is Derrick Rose.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you about
That
this.
is Derrick Rose on the cover of the picture because he did very good for New York. He's the face of New York last night. And we'll get to Derrick Rose, wink, 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 shortly. And go Mavs because he's a fan of both New York teams. So good for Mavs. Then we go to the Grizzlies before we get to the wink, wink, Derrick Rose, hint, hint, hint. Ja Morant, he did some good things for the Grizzlies. He's at a franchise record in a playoff for points in a playoff game. 47 points, 7 assists, 15 and 16 shooting, 15 and 20 free throws. It's only his second career playoff game.
That guy's a monster, man. He is going to be the face of the league in a couple of years, for sure.
Yeah, Ja Morant. I enjoyed watching Ja Morant. He played at Michigan.
Murray State.
Murray State. Okay,
Yep.
close. They both started them. Here's Derrick Rose. He got 26 points, 4 assists, 2 3-points in 38 minutes. Second playoff game. That was very good. He got.
That's not
highest,
Derrick Rose's second playoff game.
No, it's not Derrick Rose's second playoff game.
No.
It's the highest points he scored in a playoff game coming back. So he's looking very good.
Yeah, that was the turning point in the game last night. When they started Derrick Rose in that second half, the Knicks really started to take control of the game. And, it's good to see Derrick Rose doing his thing. I think we got respect for him here in Detroit.
He's a good fit, too, when you look at that team.
Yeah, could have been Sixth Man of the Year.
Yeah.
I had a hard time finding Derrick Rose in a Knick uniform.
Yeah.
Pictures. It was Pistons, Clippers,
Bulls.
What the hell? Where's this Knicks? He's been there for a long time now. Whatever. We go to today, which is May 27. And 1990 was the 74th Indianapolis 500 running.
Nice.
And someone will be going to the Indianapolis 500 this weekend.
Who?
Darren McCarty, D-Mac.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
He's
That
heading
is
out there
awesome.
to the racetrack. I don't know what he's going to... Well, I'm assuming he's going to watch the race and probably talk to the drivers. I don't know what kind of hookup he has.
It's Darren McCarty. He can go anywhere and do anything. Everybody loves D-Mac.
That's true. We got 2015, where yesterday we talked about the Cavaliers, your favorite team. We go to your worst favorite team, the Golden State Warriors. They won the Western Conference championship.
You got that all wrong.
I like the Warriors, man. What are you talking about?
I'm just playing.
Oh, okay.
Because, Cowboys are your favorite team. Warriors, yeah, you get the point. We go to 2018 Indianapolis 500, where Will Power became the first Australian driver to win the event.
And he has an awesome name, Will Power.
It is an awesome name.
Yeah. Remember when Homer Simpson changed his name to Max Powers? That was awesome.
Those are the facts. There's no weddings. So, hopefully there's a wedding going into the long weekend. Those are the facts. We're going to have a great day today and tomorrow. Friday. Who doesn't like Fridays?
Let's do it. And let's get into Joey's Dumbass of the Day. Joey is out tomorrow. Is this your last Dumbass of the week, Joey?
It's my last Dumbass of the week. But before the Dumbass, I want to make you a smartass because this is a smart career that's going to pay off for you. Northwestern Tech. .edu. Check them out. It's only a 10.5-month HVAC program, and this is the heating and cooling school that works. We toured this facility, and it is just such a beautiful campus that I'm telling you, these people are so smart. When we see the students in there, we look and we're like, man, what were you doing before that? They tell us their life story. 10.5 months of school are going to change your life forever, so check them out. northwesterntech.edu.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Drake Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, mate. Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Pour that out.
The Detroit Pistons select Darko Milicic.
World's dumbest criminal.
Well, so much for me calling him savvy because he had no idea where he's on the field.
When he crosses too many timeouts, it's a technical foul.
Dumbass!
Dumbass!
This 76ers fan, we got to give it to him. Ejected after pouring popcorn on Russell Westbrook on his way to the locker room after facing an injury. Just complete dick.
We encourage that. This
Hulk man! Hulk smash!
Somebody pouring some popcorn, and any athlete,
I wish he got by.
Westbrook or whomever, they are pumped with their adrenaline. He's probably
The guy's like, I got it, I got it, I got it. Walks right up.
To losing this game
My
too.
favorite is everyone pointing. They're pointing like it was him. It was him.
Yeah, that is a dumbass, man.
And it's just the disrespect into something like that. I wish that he got by the security so we could have seen like a Palace at the Malice replay.
Malice at the Palace?
What
yeah.
did I say?
Palace at the Malice.
Yeah, Malice at the Palace. That would have been so good.
Right. It's just nerves. It's our
It would
first
have been
show.
so good.
Well, Joey, thank you for your time, your effort, and enjoy your long vacation. Where are you going? You're going with your uncle?
Yeah, I'm going with my uncle and aunt's Florida.
Nice.
Have a great weekend,
You're
Joey.
third wheeling with your aunt and uncle?
So this is we've always traveled on Memorial Day together. So it's like, listen, it's the last time before I get married. I got to do it with them.
Dude, I'm so sad that no more St. Mary's Fair again this year. That's 2 years in a row without the St. Mary's Fair.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Ugh.
We go every year.
Me too.
Me too.
Every year. I've gone every year since 1996.
You know what? I had to go to watch my son before so he could get on all the rides. Then it came to a point where, like, Dad, I don't want to be seen with you. So I said, just go enjoy the fair. So I'd go to the beer tent.
Yeah.
Just hang out, music.
Used to go there to the bingo tent with my grandma. It was so much fun.
A Polish combo was part of my Memorial Weekend every year of my life since 1996. And to not have one 2 years in a row is really weird. Like, I would drive from up north just to make it Monday to get that Polish combo. And then
Monday sucked, too.
And then I go to Movement for a couple hours. Like, that was usually my Memorial Day plan. But no Movement, no St. Mary's Fair.
I have to make a correction. I'm sorry. The Lions did not know in '97 that Barry was thinking of leaving. He told his teammates, but I forgot, his teammates didn't speak to management. His teammates didn't communicate things to them because back then the Lions were we joked about it was a devil's triangle. You had the players, you had the coaches, you had management. And they often didn't communicate with each other.
That never works. That never works.
So even though Barry told his teammates, I might be out of here, no one told management.
See, now, I don't know how I feel about that because you're like, all right, the homies kept the secret. Like, our conversations stay between us. But also, as somebody who's been a manager.
No, it wasn't even that. It's like, we just don't talk to these motherfuckers.
Oh, okay.
That's what the
it wasn't
deal
protect
was.
Barry. Or,
no,
they
it
don't...
wasn't to protect him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not good. That's really not good. You know, I've worked at radio stations before in the past that, you know, promotions, programming, and on air. That's the 3 prongs of radio, essentially. And sales hated promotions and, you know, programming hated sales. It was just a nightmare, and all those stations failed. The only time they ever really worked is when all parties were acting together as one.
Wow, surprise. You work as a team, you win.
Yeah, imagine that.
Wow.
Communication.
And in communications, we don't communicate well.
Yeah, that's true, too. Everybody... Entertainment's such a weird industry to be in. The people, the personalities. Art and I were talking about this last night. Just like the amount of personalities we have under one roof right here at Woodward Sports. Ooh. It's crazy how everybody is so uniquely different in everything that they do, how they talk, how they present themselves, how they work. The thing that bonds us is Detroit, sports, and we all just want to fucking win.
That's right. You know what I like about this place? None of you guys walk around here with your nose up in the air.
You would get torn down. Well, besides Joik.
Okay, Joik.
But even he does it, but he gets to, like, he lets everybody rip on him for it too. Like, that's just part of his shtick. Like, oh, you show up late, Joik. The only time Joik's ever really gotten mad at anybody ripping on him was when Fish called him a bitch the other day.
I heard that.
And that was your fault, Terry.
I feel responsible. I take full responsibility.
Everyone was getting mad at me that I was giving Terry credit. I was giving him credit. I can't give people credit. You're like, oh, Fish, you're a snitch. No, I'm giving him credit.
For the show. It's not a snitch.
Yeah. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Terry.
You
I'm giving
snitch,
him credit.
Fish.
Oh.
No, he's not.
Terry gave me credit, so I'm happy. This made my day.
Yeah. Well, Fish, I hope today's as good as yesterday was for you.
I'm glad you did it.
There we go. Someone's happy.
You guys have a great Thursday. Enjoy the beautiful weather today. Baligian and Bell is coming up at 11 o'clock. Live stream on all of our platforms, followed by The Hook with D-Mac, of course, Pilar, and the wonderful Maz. So make sure you're tuning in all day long right here on the Woodward Sports Network.